Chapter 1038. God Communication Spirit Medicine King Chu pulled Qin Yun and Xiao Yuemei out of the reception hall. After arriving at his suite, he ordered his disciples to apologize to Qin Yun again. Then he drove them out of the room. He is worried that they will spout nonsense here. Miss Xiao, I heard from Jin Xuanhu that you can solve my current problem. Is that true? Medicine King Chu excitedly asked. His expression is filled with expectation as he looked at Xiao Yuemei. Indeed, Xiao Yuemei faintly smiled and said, however, to help you draw in seventh tribulation, me and my brother will have to pay a great price. Medicine King Chu chuckled and said, I understand. I will surely give you enough compensation. As long as I can draw in seventh tribulation, even if I die under tribulation thunder, I will be content. Xiao Yuemei glanced at Qin Yun and said again, Medicine King Chu, what kind of compensation do you plan to give us? What kind of compensation do you plan to give us? What do you want? Medicine King Chu asked. Qin Yun and Xiao Yuemei certainly do not lack region origin stones. Therefore, Medicine King Chu doesn't know what kind of compensation he can give to tempt them. Medicine King Chu, how did you become immortal? Qin Yun thought about it and asked. Medicine King Chu has lived for a very long time. This matter is not false. According to rumor, Medicine King Chu can refine immortal and undying pills. The reason why I can become immortal and undying is not because of the effects of the pills I refined. Rather, I was born this way. You might not believe it, but ever since I have memories, I have been this old. I did not go through anything from an infant to a head full of white hair. It is also possible that I lost that part of my memories. Medicine King Chu is filled with perplexity as he spoke about this matter. Although Qin Yun and Xiao Yuemei are amazed, they don't find it strange at all. Qin Yun also had a similar experience. He lost a part of his memories. Medicine King Chu said, when I began to have memories, I also didn't understand anything. I knew nothing about this world. Later on, after many years, I gradually understood this world and began to cultivate. Later on, I'm mainly focused on pill refining. Xiao Yuemei said in low voice, Medicine King Chu, do you have any pills that can quickly increase the cultivation of half-immortals? I don't have them with me because they are very rare, but I have the seeds of those medicinal ingredients, as well as pill recipe and concoction method. I can give them to you. Medicine King Chu finished speaking, then took out a box and said, they are all inside. Xiao Yuemei opened the box and looked inside. There is a book and a few boxes filled with seeds. Qin Yun asked again, Medicine King Chu, what is your martial spirit? Medicine King Chu did not reply immediately. He looked very gloomy. After a while, he let out a long sigh and said, my martial spirit is called the God Communication Martial Spirit. It allows me to communicate with all kinds of gods. Can you take a picture for me? Xiao Yuemei hastily took out her mirror and placed it on Medicine King Chu's abdomen. Miss Xiao, what is the use of doing this? Medicine King Chu curiously asked. I will try and see whether or not your martial spirit will affect your seventh tribulation. Xiao Yuemei giggled and said, Uncle Chu, relax a bit. Medicine King Chu promptly nodded. Although he feels that it is very strange, he did not ask any questions. Xiao Yuemei's eyebrows are slightly creased. Her small mirror suddenly started trembling. Brother, quickly help me. Xiao Yuemei suddenly screamed in fear. Qin Yun hastily stepped forward and yelled, how can I help? Channel your power into my body. Xiao Yuemei anxiously yelled. Qin Yun promptly channeled Nether Sun power into Xiao Yuemei's body. The fiercely trembling mirror gradually stabilized, but it is still slightly trembling. Medicine King Chu's eyes are now closed. It is as if he is sleeping. Apparently, he doesn't know what is happening. Qin Yun feels that this is very strange and asked, Yuemei, what actually happened? How did it become like this? I don't know. That martial spirit is very dreadful. It is the strongest martial spirit I have ever seen. Xiao Yuemei's face is filled with fear. Just now, I felt that my mirror was almost torn to pieces. Qin Yun looked at Medicine King Chu and lightly yelled, Senior, Medicine King Chu's eyes are still closed. He did not reply. Then what do we do now? Qin Yun anxiously asked. If this goes on, won't you be in danger? I don't know, but I can feel that my mirror is cracking. Xiao Yuanmei shook her head, bit her lips, and said, We should persevere for a while and see. At this time Ling Yuner said to Qin Yun, Xiao Yun, that God connection martial spirit is very strange. If my guess is not wrong, that kind of soul body must have been bestowed by God. Medicine King Chu's origin is very strange. Maybe is greatly related to that God connection martial spirit. Qin Yun knows how serious this matter is. He communicated with God before, that evil God, so he knows that gods are very dreadful. Sister Yao Fong, me and Yuanmei have encountered a big problem. Qin Yun sent sound transmission to Yao Fong. What's the matter? Yao Fong's voice is filled with panic and worry. Qin Yun informed Yao Fong about Xiao Yuanmei's attempt to duplicate God connection martial spirit. After Yao Fong heard this, she said in great alarm, It is actually God connection martial spirit. This little girl Yuanmei is truly reckless. Sister Yao Fong, what happened to the God connection martial spirit? Qin Yun asked. Yao Fong very anxiously said, People who possess God connection martial spirit are called God slaves. This kind of God slave usually work for the gods. Moreover, God slaves don't receive any orders. They only work according to their subconscious. And God slaves don't know that they are God slaves. What will happen if Yuanmei obtains God connection martial spirit? Qin Yun is also scared. He did not expect Medicine King Chu to have this kind of status. He immediately recalled that Medicine King Chu frequently performs sacrificial ceremonies. Moreover, they are all sacrificial ceremonies for gods. Medicine King Chu himself doesn't know why he does it. He only feels that it can solve the problem. He can also ask gods to help him solve the problem, but at the same time, he will need to sacrifice many lives to gods. I don't know what to do. The transcendent martial spirit was meant to communicate with the gods. I also don't know which god his God connection martial spirit communicates with. Yao Fong is pacing back and forth inside the Nine-Sun Divine Soul's third pearl. She very much wants to come out and help, but she can't, otherwise she will be sucked into the immortal desolate. It must be evil god, Qin Yun suddenly said, and then informed Yao Fong about the sacrificial ceremony. It might not necessarily be evil god. If we want to solve the problem of plants and trees, it is not the work of evil god. Yao Fong suddenly thought of something and said, Didn't you kill a guy who was possessed by evil god? That guy's devil horn is still with me. Indeed. What's the use of it? Qin Yun asked. I will give you the devil horn. You can use it to try and see whether or not you can draw out evil god, and then converse with evil god and make a deal with him. Otherwise, you and Yuanmei will be harmed by God connection martial spirit. You might even die. Yao Fong said, I know very little about gods. I only know that gods can only exist in divine desolate, but they often need help from other people of great desolate. Qin Yun took out the devil horn and poured in his power to stimulate the evil power inside. Not long after, Medicine King Chu opened his eyes. His eyes are completely red. His expression has become malevolent. His entire body is emitting black, evil energy. Evil God has indeed appeared. Moreover, he is possessing Medicine King Chu's body. Evil God, we meet again. Qin Yun yelled. Wretched little ant, are you summoning me? I did not come to find you, but you actually came to find me. Evil God said in malevolent voice. Do you know what we are doing now? Qin Yun asked. You want to seize God connection spirit. This is a great taboo. Ha ha ha. You are dead. Evil God laughed loudly and said, Xiao Yuanmei is so shocked that she is speechless. What is happening right now is beyond her understanding. Evil God, we can make a deal. If you help us escape from danger, I will work for you in the Nine Desolate. Qin Yun's brows are creased as he said, Of course, I will not do anything that goes against my conscience. What qualifications do you have to work for me? Evil God said with sneer. I have 9 Sun Divine Hammer, 9th Heaven Xian Sparrow, and Nether Sun. Is this enough? Qin Yun said in cold voice. Oh, You actually obtained 2 sun souls. Evil God said in amazement. There is also another sun? I don't believe it. Qin Yun took out 9 sun divine hammer, released nether sun power, and said, Ninth heaven Shin Sparrow is in slumber. After Evil God saw 9 sun divine hammer and sensed nether sun power, he began to believe Qin Yun. Your 9 sun divine hammer is finished. If the 9 suns continue to fall, your 9th heaven Shin Sparrow will also die. Evil God groaned. Your nether sun is pretty good. It has grown up very healthily. These days, finding someone with nether sun is like finding a needle in a haystack. Qin Yun cannot help but feel pain in his heart when he thought about 9th heaven Shin Sparrow's death. So you are willing? Qin Yun asked. Now the problem is that the God communication spirit can only be transferred to this little girl. With the God communication spirit on your body, I can make you do as I say. Evil God said. Evil God, so long as you help, can you duplicate the God communication spirit? Qin Yun asked. I can, but what about you? How can you obtain the God communication spirit? If you can solve this problem, I'll make a deal with you. Evil God asked again. I'll extract the God conduit spirit from this old man's body and then give him another martial spirit. When I extract his God conduit spirit, I'm sure it will cause some danger. Can you handle it when the time comes? You are a soul refiner. Evil God is somewhat amazed. Indeed, Qin Yun nodded. All right. Evil God looked at Xiao Yuma and said again, This little girl also has the God communication spirit. Then you must be careful in the future. If she is discovered by other gods and is punished, it will not be my responsibility. This is a matter for the future. Qin Yun calmed down. Now he urgently needs to deal with the matter at hand. Chapter 1039. Destruction of Heavenly Mountain. Chapter 1039. Destruction of Heavenly Mountain. Qin Yun can only take one step at a time. He wants to get rid of the danger first. Xiao Yuma is also stunned. She never thought that using a mirror to look at someone's martial spirit would produce an evil god. Medicine King Chu is now in deep sleep. He doesn't know what is happening. He doesn't even know that he has been possessed by Evil God. He also doesn't know how Evil God transferred power to Xiao Yuma and allowed her to smoothly record the God communication spirit in the mirror. Now Xiao Yuma can also take back the mirror. Although the surface of the mirror is cracked, the injury is not too serious. It will heal very quickly. Qin Yun is now extracting Medicine King Chu's God communication spirit. Not long after, Qin Yun smoothly extracted the God communication spirit without Medicine King Chu noticing. Since Medicine King Chu wants to refine pills, I will give him a black flame martial spirit. Qin Yun took out a soul-sealing pearl and fused the black flame martial spirit into Medicine King Chu's body. Quickly fuse with the God communication spirit. Evil God said. Qin Yun placed the God communication spirit into the nether sun and let it fuse with it. After the fusion, Qin Yun's nether sun trembled and the devil horn released Evil God's evil laughter. Xiao Yuma has also heard about Evil God. She is now looking at Qin Yun with great worry and said in low voice, Brother, that guy won't kill you, right? He won't. Qin Yun said with smile, I am only doing business with him. I am worried that he will make you do bad things. Xiao Yuma said in somewhat vexation, It is all my fault. If it were not for me, things would not have turned out like this. It doesn't matter. If he wants me to do bad things, I won't do them. Qin Yun said. Evil God said, Qin Yun, when you want to contact me, just use the devil horn. I will look for you about the business later. The devil horn in Qin Yun's hand suddenly became very small. It now looks like a curved dog's teeth. At this time, Medicine King Chu also woke up. Qin Yun and Xiao Yuma did not inform Medicine King Chu about what happened just now. What happened just now? Medicine King Chu's expression is filled with confusion as he looked at Qin Yun and Xiao Yuma. Medicine King Chu, we acted on our own and changed your God communication martial spirit to black flame martial spirit. Only like this can you attract 7th tribulation. Qin Yun said, As long as a 7th tribulation half immortal can come down, you can do anything. Medicine King Chu closed his eyes and sensed his new martial spirit. He has lived for a very long time, so he can quickly adapt to this kind of change. Xiao Yuanmei and Qin Yun are also waiting for Medicine King Chu to adapt. Less than half an hour passed by. Medicine King Chu opened his eyes and said with a smile on his face, "Very good. I can sense that 7 tribulation is about to arrive." Qin Yun said, "If the 7 tribulation doesn't come, I can still create a flag array to attract the 7th tribulation. No need for now." Medicine King Chu chuckled and said, "Thank you both. By the way, I haven't paid you yet." Qin Yun and Xiao Yuanmei also don't know what this Medicine King Chu has, so they can't ask for compensation. Medicine King Chu thought for a bit, then took out a command token and handed it over to Qin Yun. "This is Medicine King Island's command token. So long as you take it, you can go to Medicine King Island. There are many medicinal herbs planted on the Medicine King Island. Although they are not mature yet, they should be ripe soon. I'll give you the entire island right now." Qin Yun and Xiao Yuanmei nodded and said, "Many thanks, Medicine King Chu." Medicine King Chu said with a smile, "I should be the one thanking you. Otherwise, I don't know how long I would have to stay here. I want to break through. I want to become an immortal. I want to go to Immortal Desolate." Qin Yun looked at the command token and said, "Can this command token take me to Medicine King Island?" "Indeed, Venerable Master Qin. The medicinal herbs on the Medicine King Island are enough for you to cross Martial Emperor Realm." "Oh, that's right, Senior. I want to ask you about the Immortal Gate." Qin Yun suddenly asked. "Immortal Gate is mysterious and unfathomable. Even I have only seen it more than 10 times in transcending Xianxi region." Speaking of the Immortal Gate, Medicine King Chu sighed and said, "It is basically impossible to go to Immortal Desolate from the Immortal Gate." Qin Yun asked, "Why is it impossible?" Medicine King Chu's expression is filled with fear as he said, "It is very difficult, very dangerous. I have gone in 3 times, and every time I was forced back by the formidable power inside. Of course, if Venerable Master Qin has other methods, you can give it a try. Venerable Master Qin, your cultivation is still too low. You should wait until you are a half immortal, and then go take a look. Of course, if you go to Ancient Domain, you won't have the chance to experience the Immortal Gate." Qin Yun wants to go to Ancient Domain and also to find the Immortal Gate because he wants to quickly go to Immortal Desolate. Medicine King Chu said with a smile, "I will return first. I will prepare to cross tribulation and also familiarize myself with my new martial spirit." He opened the door and saw that his disciples are waiting outside. "We should return. If my 7th tribulation doesn't come, I will also go to Ancient Domain to take a look," Medicine King Chu said. Since Medicine King Chu can sense the 7th tribulation, he is certain that it will come, but he doesn't know when it will come. Qin Yun nodded and left with Xiao Yuanmei. After they left, they saw River Sun Palace Master and others. Just now, they sent sound transmission to their sect to make arrangements to evacuate. They don't want their sect's heavenly mountain to explode, but they trust Qin Yun and Xiao Yuanmei very much. Therefore, they can only evacuate their sect's people first. Flame Sun Island's people have already left. Venerable Master Qin, I need to return as soon as possible. We will discuss the matter of letting the medicinal sprouts grow again another day. I will return to River Sun Palace to deal with some matters and then immediately leave for Xian Domain's 100 Pagoda sect. River Sun Palace Master said, "All right, after I return, if I have time, I will also refine a great formation. I will let you use it as soon as possible." Qin Yun said, "Many thanks to you too for informing us about the Heavenly Mountain's destruction in advance. We are extremely grateful. Rest assured, we will immediately rush to 100 Pagoda sect and deal with the Ghost Beast Overlord." River Sun Palace Master said with a smile, "Farewell. Flame Sun Sect Master and Golden Sun Sect Master have already left to deal with their sect's matters. Only Su Luan is still here. Venerable Master Qin, I will escort you back to 100 Pagoda sect." Su Luan said, "All right." Qin Yun nodded. Su Luan took out his large ship and brought along his people. Qin Yun and Xiao Yuanmei are standing on the bow of the ship, looking at the heavenly mountains spewing flames. Xiao Yuanmei said, "Let's wait for 1 or 2 more days." Su Luan is also standing on the bow of the ship. Looking at the distant flame, sun, heavenly mountain, he let out a long sigh and said, "Our 9-sun sect can only go to Xian Domain and build Starry Sky Road together. Then we can quickly go to Ancient Domain and build a new home." Xiao Yuanmei said with smile, "Senior Su, don't be sad. After your 9-sun sects go to Ancient Domain, it would be best if you join hands and build a new home together." Su Luan nodded and said, "I also have the same idea. I am just worried that there will be many disputes. At that time, no one will accept anyone. It will be very troublesome. 100 Pagoda sect has 100 Pagoda masters, but when facing foreign enemies, they are still united. If you go to Ancient Domain and face the threat of foreign enemies, you will surely unite." Qin Yun said, "I hope so." Su Luan said. Su Xiaoba is also on the ship. He looked at Flame, Sun, Heavenly Mountain and said with some sadness, "Is Flame, Sun, Heavenly Mountain truly finished? I grew up in that place." Xiao Yuanmei said with charming smile, "Little shameless puppy, you didn't believe me before, but now you will believe me very soon. There are many big and small ships in the sea area near Flame Sun Island. They belong to the people on the island. Flame Sun Heavenly Mountain's formidable elders are using their own ships to carry their disciples and are looking at Flame Sun Heavenly Mountain from a distance." Originally, Su Luan could have sent off Qin Yun and Xiao Yuanmei ahead of time. But Xiao Yuanmei wants to stay and see with her own eyes what will happen when Flame Sun Heavenly Mountain explodes. Moreover, she also wants to know whether or not good things will come out of the core. In the blink of an eye, 1.5 days pass by. Flame Sun Island is already completely empty. Even the formidable 6th tribulation half-immortals don't dare to stay on the island. Flame Sun Sect Master and other elders of Flame Sun Heavenly Mountain are also on Su Luan's ship. They are all looking at the trembling Flame Sun Heavenly Mountain. Xiao Yuanmei said, "It won't explode in an instant. There will be some signs." Flame Sun Heavenly Mountain's people were still holding onto a trace of hope. They were hoping that Xiao Yuanmei's prophecy was wrong. But now they can see that Flame Sun Heavenly Mountain is shaking, and they know that the destruction is about to begin. Su Luan loudly shouted, "Properly control the ship. If the explosion reaches here, we must quickly avoid it." They are now only 20 to 30,000 meters away from Flame Sun Island. They are still very close. Hoo, Flame Sun Heavenly Mountain suddenly spewed out a very intense flame. The flame brought along red light and enveloped the entire island in a flash. Although they are very far away, they can still see the raging flame burning on the island. Flame Sun Sect Master raised his head and let out a long sigh. "I truly did not expect that this day would truly come." Now many elders arrived one after another and thanked Xiao Yuanmei and Qin Yun. At the same time, they also apologized to them. They are incomparably respectful towards Qin Yun and Xiao Yuanmei. Flame Sun Heavenly Mountain has truly exploded. If they did not evacuate in time, they would have suffered great losses. Boom! Flame Sun Heavenly Mountain exploded with a burst of light and explosion and turned into countless fragments in an instant. A great amount of fragments flew out, giving rise to a violent and ferocious scorching sea wave that rushed all around. Xiao Yuanmei suddenly sent sound transmission to Qin Yun. "Brother, something good has appeared inside. Do you want to go take a look?" Qin Yun's heart is stirred as he asked, "What good thing is it?" Now the wind and waves are very big and very hot. Flame Sun Heavenly Mountain exploded, releasing a red energy flame that dyed the sky red. All the ships are moving very fast because there is a hot and steaming sea wave rushing over from the front. Giant waves that were hundreds of meters tall surged forward like ferocious beasts. "I don't know. Let's go take a look. You have Heaven and Earth Devil Sealing Goblet. There won't be any problem. I will go with you," Xiao Yuanmei said. Qin Yun said to Su Luan, "Senior Su, I want to go with Yuanmei to take a look. I am worried that something dreadful might appear over there." "Venerable Master Qin, this is too dangerous. Just as Su Luan was about to go, he saw Qin Yun take out heaven and earth devil sealing goblet. There won't be any problem, Qin Yun said, then covered himself and Xiao Yuemei and flew towards Flame Sun Island. Suan, Flame Sun's sect master, as well as other sect elders, are all emotionally moved seeing heaven and earth devil sealing goblet. Chapter 1040. Chapter 1040. Evil God Trade Flame Sun Island is now filled with intense flame. Qin Yun and Xiao Yuemei are enveloped by heaven and earth devil sealing goblet, so they are not injured by the flame. The heaven and earth devil sealing goblet could resist the powerful tribulation lightning. The flames here were at most as powerful as the tribulation lightning, so they could do nothing to the heaven and earth devil sealing goblet. Brother, fly towards the heavenly mountain, Xiao Yuemei yelled. All right, Qin Yun very carefully flew over. One cannot fly too high in transcending Xianxi region. They can only fly at low altitude. But the flame at low altitude is very intense. Of course, it was very easy for Qin Yun to block it. Very soon, they arrived at the heavenly mountain. There is a huge crater there. The flame below is still surging out. Xiao Yuemei said with frown, Brother, we should return. Even if we have heaven and earth devil sealing goblet, it won't be easy to go down. Just as Qin Yun is about to return, he suddenly recalled ninth heaven Xian sparrow Yang Yang. He hastily took out a very large flame light ball. Is this the ninth heaven Xian sparrow? Xiao Yuemei asked in low voice. Indeed, I will put her in. There should be no problem, right? Just as Qin Yun finished speaking, the large flame light ball suddenly flew out of his hand and entered the crater. She entered by herself, Qin Yun said in pleasant surprise. It seems like the thing below is very helpful to her, Xiao Yuemei said with smile. Not long after, a huge flame whirlpool suddenly appeared at the several-kilometer-wide crater. A great amount of flame is unceasingly rushing down. Yang Yang is devouring the flame, Ling Yuna said. Qin Yun and Xiao Yuemei saw this scene from inside the heaven and earth devil sealing goblet and guessed that Yang Yang is crazily devouring flame. Qin Yun said, I hope Yang Yang will wake up soon. Xiao Yuemei said with charming smile. That little duck will have a great change. Hard to say. That is a divine beast. It will take several 100,000 years for it to fully mature. Qin Yun shook his head and smiled. Yang Yang's devouring speed is very fast. Not long after, the flame in the crater gradually weakened, and the flame whirlpool's rotation speed also became slower. Naturally, Flame Sun Island is still burning with raging flame. Qin Yun and Xiao Yuemei can only continue waiting. At this time, Su Luan transmitted sound transmission to inquire about the situation. Qin Yun told Su Luan not to worry and told him to wait a bit longer. Although the core had exploded, the amount of energy released was not too much. They would only blow up the heavenly mountain and burn the entire island. There was still a lot of energy left in the depths of the core. The flames on the fiery sun island grew fiercer and fiercer. Qin Yun and Xiao Yuemei have been waiting on the island for 2 days, but Yang Yang still has not come up. Just as Qin Yun was about to head down to take a look, he suddenly saw a purplish gold beam appear. This was a very small bird, but its entire body was shimmering with powerful purplish golden light. It's Yang Yang, Qin Yun shouted. The ninth heaven Xian sparrow had undergone a huge change. Previously, it was a duckling that had just hatched its shell. Now, even though it was the size of a bird, it looked a bit like a phoenix. There were purple and gold feathers on its body, and there were 9 very long tail feathers that flickered with 9-colored light. Qin Yun promptly spread open his palm. Yang Yang landed on his palm and began chirping. Yang Yang, you are so beautiful, let big sister pet you. Xiao Yuemei said with smile, then gently caressed Yang Yang's beautiful purplish gold feathers. Yang Yang also seems to like Xiao Yuemei very much. She chirped again. Little Jade Rabbit and Little Momo are sleeping. Don't wake them up. Qin Yun said with smile. Let big sister hug you before going back. Xiao Yuemei hugged Yang Yang and very tenderly caressed, the purplish gold feathers on her back. She said with a smile, "It's so warm, it's so good to touch. You have suddenly become so beautiful. Momo will surely be very happy to see you." Qin Yun said with a smile. Yang Yang doesn't seem to be able to speak, yet she chirped again. Apparently she is also very happy. Qin Yun placed her inside the first pearl of the nine-sun divine soul and let Zi, Qin Sheng, and Shui Tianzi cut some dragon meat to feed her. Luckily, I prepared a lot of dragon meat. It should be enough for her to eat for a while. Qin Yun said with a smile, "Let's go back. Brother, that evil god said that Yang Yang will die. I'm very worried about her." Xiao Yuemei recalled that this adorable little thing will die and suddenly felt very sad. Sister Kiru said that nothing will happen. We must believe in Sister Kiru. Qin Yun patted Xiao Yuemei's head and said with a smile. Then he controlled the heaven and earth devil sealing goblet to fly back. Not long after, they returned to Su Luan's large ship. This large ship is very far away from Flame Sun Island. Otherwise, it would have also been burnt. Qin Yun did not expect that even though Yang Yang has been devouring the energy of the core for the past 2 days, the flames of Flame Sun Island still managed to spread to the sea surface. Raging flames are burning on the sea surface near Flame Sun Island. The temperature of the water is also very high. Sect Master and others are rushing towards River Sun Palace. Now that the heavenly mountain of the Nine Sun sect has been destroyed, they want to discuss some matters. It should be the matter of merging. Su Luan said, "Venerable Master Qin, I will send you back to 100 Pagoda Sect first." All right. Qin Yun is very anxious to return 100 Pagoda Sect. On one hand, he wants to contact Siekaru. On the other hand, he wants to see whether or not he can make Kong Feiqing's Gemini Heavenly Rune split into another Gemini Heavenly Rune. Qin Yun and Yao Fong already discussed the matter of Evil God. Yao Fong only said that Evil God will not make Qin Yun do anything too dangerous because it is very difficult for Evil God to find qualified subordinates. They will not be easily killed. These past few days, Qin Yun and Xiao Yuemei have been staying in their room on the large ship. Xiao Yuemei is fiddling with the God communication spirit, while Qin Yun is holding the devil horn and communicating with Evil God. Evil God, I have the God communication spirit. Do I also need to be filial to other gods? Qin Yun asked. You only need to listen to my orders. Other gods will only tempt you to make sacrifices and then agree to help you with some small matter. If you believe them, you will surely go around killing people to make sacrifices. Just trust me. Evil God said with evil grin. Evil God, you must not make me do something utterly devoid of conscience. Qin Yun said, your soul can be considered pure. A person with such pure soul can listen to my evil God's orders. I will surely use you for other things. Rest assured, I will not let you do anything that will pollute your pure soul. Evil God finished speaking and suddenly laughed evilly. In the past, the people that the evil God would possess were all extremely evil. Only then would the evil God be able to control them and make them stronger. However, there are many such people. Evil God already feels that it is very boring. Now, not to mention that Qin Yun's soul is pure, he also possesses formidable power. This is different from other subordinates of Evil God. Evil God, Yuemei also has the God communication spirit. Will she be all right? Qin Yun asked with some worry. Let's see if she can resist the temptation or not. If she can't resist the temptation and follow those messy gods' orders to make sacrifices and kill a large number of people, then she will be in trouble. Evil God said with sneer, although I am called Evil God, those messy gods are also not good birds. Then what do you want me to do? Qin Yun asked, I am now in spirit desolate. This place is about to be exterminated. If you want me to do something, I don't have much time. Extermination is about to reach spirit desolate. I wonder when will I arrive in divine desolate. I am truly looking forward to it. Ha ha ha. Evil God laughed heartily. Qin Yun very much wants to throw away the devil horn because he really hates Evil God's laughter. But he is worried that he will vent his anger on Evil God and cause him and Xiao Yuanmei to be retaliated against. Little demon, after you have settled down, if I have something suitable for you to do, I will inform you. During this period of time, properly resist the world extermination, heavenly calamity. Don't die in the heavenly calamity. Evil God finished speaking and no longer spoke. Qin Yin stored away the devil horn and felt a bit relieved. At least Evil God will not let him do anything bad. He knocked on Xiao Yuanmei's door. "Come in," Xiao Yuanmei lightly yelled. She is holding a small mirror in her hand. Qin Yin said with smile, "Yuanmei, is there a reaction from that God communication spirit?" Xiao Yuanmei nodded and said with smile, "There's a guy who calls herself the beauty god." From her voice, it sounds like an old woman. She said that she can make me very beautiful, but I must follow her instructions and make a sacrificial altar. Then I must kill 1,000,000 people and sacrifice them to her. "Yuanmei, don't act recklessly," Qin Yun said anxiously. "Brother, I have this. I won't act recklessly." Xiao Yuanmei shook the mirror. The overwhelming righteous martial spirit appeared inside. She said with smile, "I won't turn bad. Otherwise you will also hate me." Qin Yun hugged her and said with smile, "If you turn bad, I won't know how to explain it to you well on. You just need to swindle that scoundrel. Don't kill innocent people." "Got it," Xiao Yuanmei said with charming smile. Then kissed Qin Yun's forehead. "I am already very beautiful. How beautiful can that beauty god make me? It is not reliable at all." "Oh, that's right. Apart from beauty god, are there any other gods?" Qin Yun asked. "There's also some good luck god. She said that she can make my luck better and also make me sacrifice people." Xiao Yuanmei said with smile, "Brother, you are my good luck god. When I am together with you, good luck comes rolling in." Qin Yun pinched her face and said with smile, "Remember, don't listen to those messy gods. They will only make you kill people." Xiao Yuanmei solemnly nodded her head. "I will definitely remember." Soon after, she somewhat anxiously said, "Brother, I am worried that Evil God will turn you bad. Evil God just said that he would never taint my pure soul. He said that I am very useful to him." Qin Yin said with smile, "I am a very good person. Evil God also doesn't want me to become bad." Huh. Xiao Yuanmei also felt a lot relieved. More than 10 days later, Su Luan's large ship is flying in the sky of Xian Domain. Its speed has become a lot faster, and it is now flying towards 100 Pagoda Sect. As they are approaching 100 Pagoda Sect, people on the ship heard a burst of evil voice coming from the distance. Chapter 1041. Chapter 1041. Pure Sun Thunder Sect. Su Luan heard Ghost Beast Overlord's voice and said, "Venerable Master Qin, you and Miss Xiao return first. We will immediately go investigate the situation of Ghost Beast Remote Lake. When other 9 Sun Sect arrive, we will immediately attack and capture Ghost Beast Overlord." "All right," Qin Yun nodded. Ghost Beast Overlord has attacked several times since Qin Yun left 100 Pagoda Sect. Luckily, 100 Pagoda Sect's barrier formation is very strong and can resist the attacks. Qin Yun and Xiao Yuanmei left Su Luan's ship, passed through 100 Pagoda Sect's barrier formation, and returned to Star Traveling Pagoda. Granny Star is not here. She has gone to attend a meeting. At the first floor of Star Traveling Pagoda, Yi Yaoxue, who is wearing blue and white clothes, is drinking tea with her legs crossed. She is now wearing light battle attire, making her elegant and graceful appearance appear somewhat heroic and also have a trace of charm. "Big Sister Yi." Xiao Yuanmei ran over and stroked Yi Yaoxue's soft ponytail hair. She said with smile, "How come you are so free? Don't you want to go into seclusion?" "Yuanmei, I also want to go into seclusion. But Ghost Beast Overlord has attacked again and again. As the chief disciple of Star Traveling Pagoda, I must prepare for battle at any time." Yaoxue faintly sighed, then raised a dessert high in the air. Xiao Yuanmei opened her mouth and bit the dessert. She said with charming smile, "Many thanks, Big Sister Yi. Who made this? It is so delicious." "Big Sister Kong and Yin Yin made it," Yi Yaoxue said with gentle smile. "Did you have any harvest in transcending Xianxi region?" "Great harvest," Xiao Yuanmei said with smile, and then looked at Qin Yun. Selling talismans made my hands cramp. Qin Yun said with mischievous smile. Don't worry about Ghost Beast Overlord. When the time comes, 8-9 Sun Sex will come to help. Yi Yaoshue stood up in amazement. She doesn't dare to believe this. Is this true? 8-9 Sun Sex will come to help? Isn't Ghost Beast Overlord too pitiful? Xiao Yueme said with smile. My brother is a venerable master. Even 9 Sun Sex must show him some respect. Awesome, my man. Yi Yaoshue gently smiled and caressed Qin Yun's handsome face. Big sister Yi, aren't you just pretending to be his concubine? My big sister is the main wife. You still have to pass her test. Xiao Yueme said with smile. Yueme, when the time comes, you must put in some good words for me. Yi Yaoshue giggled and said. It is unknown whether she is joking or serious. As she spoke, she fed Xiao Yueme another piece of pastry. Xiao Yueme felt that it was very delicious and nodded her head in agreement. Qin Yun felt that if Xiao Yuelon knew about this, she would definitely pinch her younger sister ruthlessly. Xiao Yun, Granny Star went to First Pagoda. First Pagoda's Fong Rutian invited people from Pure Sun Thunder Sect to help deal with the Ghost Beast Overlord. Although Jin family sword cultivators are very strong, Ghost Beast Overlord's overall strength is far beyond our imagination. Yi Yaoshue said, Pure Sun Thunder Sect is a big sect in Xin Domain. They are very strong. Jin family people are also unable to exterminate the Ghost Beast Overlord. Qin Yun asked, At most they can only repel the Ghost Beast Overlord, but this is not the way. Fong Rutian has good relationship with Pure Sun Thunder Sect, so he invited them. Granny Star also said that Pure Sun Thunder Sect's price is not low. Yi Yaoshue said, All right, let's go to Pure Sun Thunder Sect now. Qin Yun said, I won't go. I want to play with Sister Tian Tian and also Sister Kong. I want to eat her pastry. Xiao Yueme said with smile, then entered the Starry Sky teleportation formation and left for Star Picking Pavilion. Let's go. Qin Yun shook his head and smiled. He left Star, Traveling Pagoda, and flew towards First Pagoda with Yi Yaoshue. Xiao Yun, my heavenly rune martial spirit has a bit of a situation. When we return, help me take a look. I can sense that my heavenly rune martial spirit and I have a kind of telepathic connection, blood vein connection, but this feeling is not clear enough. It is still very vague. Yi Yaoshue said, All right. Qin Yun is slightly startled and nodded. Yi Yaoshue's heavenly rune martial spirit is also the focus of his research. According to his and Ling Yun'er's speculations, as Yi Yaoshue's cultivation unceasingly increases, her heavenly rune martial spirit will also gradually evolve. If it is like Kong Feiqing's Gemini heavenly rune, it can evolve and form its own spirit. Then Qin Yun will know what Yi Yaoshue's heavenly rune martial spirit has. Not long after, Qin Yun and Yi Yaoshue arrived at the entrance of First Pagoda. The people at the entrance saw Qin Yun and Yi Yaoshue arrive and promptly stopped them. You don't seem to be First Pagoda's people. Yi Yaoshue saw that the guards at the entrance are very unfamiliar and said in cold voice, Pagoda Master Fong has ordered that no one is allowed to enter. Quickly leave. The guard at the entrance said in cold voice, I am Yi Yaoshue. Yi Yaoshue saw that the guard's attitude is very bad and shouted, You are not disciples of my 100 Pagoda sect. What right do you have to stop us from entering? Yi Yaoshue, a heavenly daughter who has become someone's concubine? A guard said with sneer, You can be rude and unreasonable in 100 Pagoda sect, but that doesn't mean we are afraid of you. We are indeed not disciples of 100 Pagoda sect. We also don't care. We are from Pure Sun Thunder sect. Yi Yaoshue, obediently go back and become someone's concubine. Why did you come here to join in the fun? Oh, that's right. I heard that your man is very awesome. He is some venerable master. TCH. If he was so awesome, your 100 Pagoda sect wouldn't need to ask our Pure Sun Thunder sect to take action. Ha ha ha. Pure Sun Thunder sect's disciples are truly capable, running over from far away to guard the entrance of First Pagoda. What kind of spirit is this? Stupid dogs are only SOSO. Qin Yun faintly smiled. Who are you? Are you insulting us? That middle-aged man from Pure Sun Thunder sect furiously said. We are honored guests invited by Fong Rutian. Fong Rutian said that if anyone dares to humiliate us, we can attack them at will. I'm just ridiculing you. Didn't you ridicule us just now? Naturally, if you think that I am humiliating you, you can attack me. Qin Yun said with chuckle. Yi Yaoshue took out a red long saber, stood in front of Qin Yun, and said in cold voice, "You two dogs, if you have the guts, attack. He is the pagoda master of Star Traveling Pagoda. If you dare attack him, I will chop you into pieces." Yi Yaoshue, who looked very delicate and charming just a moment ago, has now become ice-cold and fierce. Her transformation is so fast that it caused those two pure Sun Thunder Sect disciples to be amazed. "Oomph. Your 100 Pagoda Sect is facing imminent disaster, yet you are still so arrogant. You insulted us. We will also not be polite." That middle-aged man thinks that only his pure Sun Thunder Sect can save 100 Pagoda Sect, so he is not afraid of Qin Yun and Yi Yaoshue. However, just as he was about to attack, Shun Beijian arrived. Impudent! Shun Beijian's shout shook the two pure Sun Thunder Sect's disciples and caused them to vomit blood and scream miserably. These two disciples are only martial emperors, and Shun Beijian is a very valiant sixth tribulation half-immortal. Your 100 Pagoda Sect is very good. You clearly need our help, yet you are so disrespectful. Just wait for us. That middle-aged man vomited blood and promptly rushed into 100 Pagoda Sect to find Fong Rutian. Qin Yun sent sound transmission to Shun Beijian on his way here. Seeing Qin Yun return, Shun Beijian let out a sigh of relief and asked, "Pagoda Master Qin, how is the progress?" "Very smooth. Senior Su's ship is already heading towards the Ghost Beast remote lake to investigate," Qin Yun said with smile. "Rest assured, the matter of Ghost Beast Overlord will be settled very quickly. We don't even need to take action," Shun Beijian said with smile. "This is for the best, so that we don't have to suffer the wrath of pure Sun Thunder Sect. You saw just now, those two dogs actually dared to be so rude and unreasonable. It is all because of Fong Rutian's indulgence," Yi Yaoshue said in cold voice. "Fong Rutian wants to borrow the power of pure Sun Thunder Sect to suppress us?" Shun Beijian nodded and said, "Fong Rutian's relationship with pure Sun Thunder Sect is very good. Now, they let pure Sun Thunder Sect's people come here and even let them operate inside 100 Pagoda Sect. It is clear that they want to collude with pure Sun Thunder Sect to control 100 Pagoda Sect. The matter of constructing Starry Sky Road is very secretive. Fong Rutian and pure Sun Thunder Sect don't know about it. They also don't know about the secret transaction between Qin Yun and 9 Sun Sects. Therefore, they believe that Qin Yun and Shun Beijian will not be able to deal with Ghost Beast Overlord. If Fong Rutian can deal with Ghost Beast Overlord, he will be able to regain his prestige. Pagoda Master Qin, those friends from Jian family are very awesome. They used a lot of effort to repel Ghost Beast Overlord sneak attacks. Let's go. I will bring you to the conference hall," Shun Beijian said with smile. Yi Yaoshue and Qin Yun followed behind Shun Beijian and arrived at the spacious and luxurious conference hall. There are many pagoda masters, elders, and chief disciples of 100 Pagoda Sect inside. Then there are Pure Sun Thunder Sect Sect Master and other people. Pure Sun Thunder Sect Sect Master's name is Lei Xiaowei. He looks very old. There are many layers of wrinkles on his face. His complexion is dark. His body is very thin and small, but lightning is throbbing inside his eyes from time to time. His aura is also very formidable. Lei Xiaowei saw Qin Yun and Yi Yaoshue arrive and said with sneer, "Pagoda Master Fong, this must be the influential person of your 100 Pagoda Sect, right?" Fong Rutian groaned and said, "It is this guy who is enmity with Flame Sun Heavenly Mountain and Golden Sun Sect, causing us to be isolated and helpless, causing us to face the threat of Ghost Beast Overlord." Fong Zhijin is also here. He furiously said, "We should kick this guy out. He only knows how to stir up trouble. Just now he bullied 2 martial brothers of pure Sun Thunder Sect. Quickly kick him out. If it were not for him, our 100 Pagoda Sect would not be like this." "Shut up," Shun Beijian furiously rebuked. Who do you think you are? What right do you have to speak like this to a pagoda master? Qin Yun is actually very calm. He looked at the pagoda masters and said, I just returned from transcending Xianxi region. I have invited very strong helpers. Among them are 9 sun sects. They will help us deal with Ghost Beast Overlord. Ha ha ha. Who will believe your nonsense? You want to ruin our cooperation with Pure Sun Thunder Sect, right? Fong Rutian laughed loudly and said. Lei Xiaowei also said with smile. This pagoda master Qin is truly fond of telling jokes. Oh, that's right. Didn't you say that you wanted to take out most of the region origin stones? Fong Rutian promptly said. Indeed, he won so many region origin stones from Flame, Sun, Heavenly Mountain. Now that our 100 Pagoda sect is facing such a great crisis, his responsibility is the greatest. It is all because of him that we cannot obtain the help of Flame, Sun, Heavenly Mountain, and Golden Sun sect. Chapter 1042. Reinforcements have arrived. Do you really want me to pay? Qin Yun looked at other pagoda masters. Other pagoda masters of 100 Pagoda sect are just watching from the sidelines. They don't dare to offend Qin Yun. Otherwise, they won't be able to use mysterious penetration, Dao Talisman anymore. Moreover, Qin Yun is a soul-refining inscription master. Everyone has seen his soul-refining technique with their own eyes. He very easily carved sword totems on Xia Wufeng. If they offend Qin Yun, they can forget about finding him to refine or refine tools in the future. Of course, they also don't want to offend Fong Rutian. Although First Pagoda is weak, it is still First Pagoda. Only if Shun Beijian of Divine Sword Pagoda can repel Ghost Beast Overlord can Divine Sword Pagoda become First Pagoda. And now, Ghost Beast Overlord has attacked several times. Shun Beijian can only passively defend. He is completely unable to destroy it. Other pagoda masters are also not saying anything. They have a tacit understanding to remain neutral. As long as they remain neutral, Qin Yun won't blame them. After all, this is their current situation. Fong Rutian is very angry in his heart. He originally thought that he could summon hundreds of people. I already said that I have already gone to Flame, Sun, Heavenly Mountain, and reached an agreement. They will soon come a deal with Ghost Beast Overlord. Qin Yun looked at Lei Xiaowei and said, Sect Master Lei, you can go back. Many thanks for your good intentions. Fong Rutian yelled, Don't believe him. If Sect Master Lei goes back, and Flame Sun, Heavenly Mountains people don't come, what will we do? Lei Xiaowei looked at the pagoda masters and said with sneer, Why don't you dare to say anything? Could it be that you want to entrust the fate of 100 Pagoda sect to a little demon who is not even a half immortal? Qin Yun laughed loudly and said, If you want Pure Sun Thunder sect to help, I have no objection. But if you wanted to take out 4,000 high-quality region origin stones, no way. I will not even take out a single region origin stone. Impudent. You are a member of 100 Pagoda sect. You should contribute your strength. Fong Rutian yelled. Qin Yun, your star-traveling pagoda has so many people. Every year you get several thousand region origin stones. What's wrong with you taking out 4,000 region origin stones? How about we wait a few more days for Flame Sun, Heavenly Mountains people to arrive? Qin Yun shook his head and smiled. Now it seems like the fate of 100 Pagoda sect is truly in my hands. It seems like only I can take out region origin stones. Since that's the case, why won't you listen to me? Just wait a few more days. Just wait a few more days. When the time comes, you will definitely become food in the stomach of the Ghost Beast Overlord. Lei Xiaowei's expression slightly changed. He yelled, Quickly make a decision. If you don't give me 8,000 region origin stones, we will leave today. If you invite us again, it will be 16,000 region origin stones. Fong Rutian glared at Qin Yun and said in deep voice, Qin Yun, quickly take out 4,000 region origin stones. Give it to me if you want. I earned those region origin stones with great difficulty. Why should I give them to you? Qin Yun is also extremely furious. His voice is ice cold. He looked at the pagoda masters and yelled, Pagoda masters who believe in me. When the time comes, Not only you won't need to pay a single regent origin stone, you won't even need to participate in the battle. We believe Pagoda Master Qin, Shinbeijian said. Soon after, Pagoda Masters expressed their stance one after another, saying that they believe in Qin Yuan and are willing to wait for a few more days. Feng Rushan's expression is unsightly. He furiously said, "Are you all rebelling? I am a senior elder of 100 Pagoda sect for many years. You don't believe me, and instead believe this little demon who just entered 100 Pagoda sect not long ago." An old man said, "Pagoda Master Qin did not ask us to take out our regent origin stones. We believe him. And your first pagoda has so many regent origin stones, yet you want us to take out our share. We are already very poor." An old granny coldly groaned and said, "Your first pagoda is famous for swindling people. You tricked many disciples to kill ghost beast emperors. On top of that, you only remembered that we are a part of 100 Pagoda sect after encountering this kind of situation. Why didn't you think of us when you had benefits?" Indeed, Pagoda Master Qin is a soul-refining inscription master. If he did not expose the secret of ghost beast emperors, we would not have known that we could obtain regent origin stones like this. Your first pagoda hid it from us for so long just to monopolize the resources of ghost beast emperors. On top of that, you let people from other sects enter 100 Pagoda's sect to show off your strength. Pure Sun Thunder sect disciples are all extremely arrogant. They are all riding on our heads. These few pagoda masters are all people who have been bullied by First Pagoda before. Now they are not afraid of retaliation because they have Divine Sword Pagoda to help them. Lei Xiaowei said with sneer, "I won't hide it from everyone. My Pure Sun Thunder sect is a subordinate sect of Nine Sun sect Thunder Sun sect. We have the power to deal with Ghost Beast Overlord. Only we can suppress Ghost Beast Overlord. If you believe Qin Yun's words, it will be too late for regret." He did not even mention the arrogance of his own sect's disciples. Just as he finished speaking, he took out a sound transmission magic tool and received the information inside. Not long after, his expression slightly changed. He laughed loudly and said, "Everyone, I just heard that Flame Sun Heavenly Mountain has exploded." This caused everyone to be extremely shocked and bewildered. Lei Xiaowei looked at Qin Yun and laughed loudly. "I am afraid Flame Sun Heavenly Mountain will not come." An old man looked at Qin Yun with frown and asked, "Pagoda Master Qin, is this true?" "Indeed, Flame Sun Heavenly Mountain has exploded." Qin Yun deeply inhaled and said again, "But they have all left Flame Sun Heavenly Mountain. They will arrive very soon." Lei Xiaowei said with sneer, "Nonsense. If Flame Sun Heavenly Mountain wants to move, how can they move to this place? They will surely find a new place to stay in transcending Xianxi region." "Qin Yun, your mouth is full of nonsense. You just don't want to hand over regent origin stones. Whether you believe it or not, I will not give you a single regent origin stone." Qin Yun finished speaking, then walked towards the door and said, "I will leave first." Feng Rutian and a few elders hastily rushed over and blocked Qin Yun's way. "If you don't hand over 4,000 regent origin stones, don't even think about leaving. Our 100 Pagoda sect is facing a crisis, and you have so many regent origin stones. You must hand over 4,000. Feng Rutian said in deep voice. "Keep dreaming," Qin Yun furiously said. Shen Beijian also walked over, took out his origin sword, and said in cold voice, "Feng Rutian, you are plundering." Lei Xiaowei said, "Pagoda Master Feng, if you need help, my Pure Sun Thunder sect will surely help you." Feng Rutian yelled, "Our 100 Pagoda sect is in deep crisis. These guys are so selfish and not willing to help. They want to destroy our 100 Pagoda sect. Sect Master Lei, quickly help me capture these traitors." The meeting hall immediately became filled with crossbows and swords. Lei Xiaowei laughed loudly and said, "Pagoda Master Feng, only you are fit to be sect master of 100 Pagoda sect. He, Shun Beijian, is not fit to be sect master. I only recognize you as sect master of 100 Pagoda sect, Feng Rutian." Feng Rutian said with smile, "Many thanks for sect master Lei's appreciation. Rest assured, I will surely help you eradicate the evil traitors of 100 Pagoda sect. The formidable sixth tribulation, half-immortals beside Lei Xiaowei, are all filled with killing intent. The one who is the most furious is Shen Beijian, because everyone can see that Feng Retian is colluding with outsiders to force Shen Beijian to step down. At the same time, they want to force Qin Yun to hand over the region origin stones. Do you want to fight? Shen Beijian is holding his origin sword. His threatening sword aura collided with Lei Xiaowei's fierce thunder and lightning aura. It is you who are not cooperating. Feng Retian said in cold voice. Qin Yun hand over 4,000 region origin stones. Everyone gather 4,000 region origin stones, and Pure Sun Thunder Sect will help us eradicate the Ghost Beast Overlord. And I will be the new sect master of 100 Pagoda sect. My first pagoda is still first pagoda. Feng Rishen's words are very clear. They are adamant that Flame Sun Heavenly Mountain will not come. Moreover, as long as they force Qin Yun to hand over the region origin stones, the rice will be cooked. Qin Yun already sent sound transmission to Su Luan, telling him to come back quickly. If they fight with Lei Xiaowei and others now, there will surely be casualties. Most of the pagoda masters of 100 Pagoda sect don't believe Feng Retian. But Feng Rishen's first pagoda has joined hands with the formidable Pure Sun Thunder sect, so no one dares to say anything. Otherwise, with Pure Sun Thunder sect's current strength, they would surely suffer great losses. 100 Pagoda sect cannot bear great losses because there is still Ghost Beast Overlord outside. Now many pagoda masters are even more furious in their hearts. They hate Feng Retian even more, because Lei Xiaowei and others were let in by Feng Retian. Shen Beijian is also very angry. He is so angry that the flesh on his face is twitching. If they fight, maybe half of the pagoda masters here will die. Feng Retian laughed loudly and said, "You should know what to do now, right?" Qin Yun suddenly said, "I am willing to pay 4,000 Regent Origin Stones. But I have one condition. Lei Xiaowei must prove his strength. We have not seen Lei Xiaowei's strength with our own eyes. Why should we believe that they can kill Ghost Beast Overlord?" All the pagoda masters nodded repeatedly. "Then how do you want me to prove my strength?" Lei Xiaowei asked. "Your Pure Sun Thunder sect must kill 1,000 Ghost Beast Emperors within 3 days." Qin Yun said. "Qin Yun, this kind of thing is impossible. Don't continue to cause trouble." Lei Xiaowei said in deep voice, "Our Pure Yang Thunder sect's Pure Yang Thunder Lightning specializes in killing evil devils. This is something the entire Xian domain knows. There is no need to prove anything." At this time, Qin Yun's sound transmission magic tool responded. Su Luan has returned from the Ghost Beast remote lake. Qin Yun said, "Flame Sun Heavenly Mountain Senior Su has arrived. They are outside the 100 Pagoda sect's great formation." Feng Retian said with sneer, "You want to use this chance to escape? If you return to Star Traveling Pagoda, we won't be able to catch you." Just as Feng Retian finished speaking, a middle-aged man hastily rushed in and yelled, "Pagoda Master, Flame Sun Heavenly Mountains people are outside the barrier. They want to see Pagoda Master Qin." The conference hall immediately became completely silent. Other pagoda masters are secretly happy because Qin Yun is telling the truth. Lei Xiaowei, Feng Retian, and others' expression became incomparably unsightly. They hastily sent sound transmission to discuss countermeasures. Chapter 1043. Return of the Ghost Tyrant Su Luan arrived with 2/6 Tribulation half-immortals. As soon as they entered the conference hall, Feng Retian, Feng Zhijin, and Lei Xiaowei immediately welcomed them with smiles on their faces and greeted Su Luan enthusiastically. Everyone looked at them with disdain because just now Lei Xiaowei said that Flame Sun Heavenly Mountain has been blown up and he will not come. "Senior Su, welcome to our 100 Pagoda sect. I am the sect master of 100 Pagoda sect, Feng Retian. Last time, it was all because of that bastard Qin Yun's tricks that he won against you and caused you to suffer heavy losses." Feng Rishen's face is filled with hypocritical smile. He glared at Qin Yun and said again, I hope the friendship between our 100 Pagoda sect and Flame Sun Heavenly Mountain will not be affected because of Qin Yun. Lei Xiaowei also hurriedly cupped his hands and bowed, saying, I am Lei Xiaowei, the pure Yang Thunder sect leader. Greetings, senior. The Nine Suns sects were very powerful to begin with, and they also possessed a large number of martial arts techniques. Therefore, all the sect masters of the Xian domain sects are incomparably respectful towards them. Su Luan's expression is very gloomy. He does not want to bring up the unpleasant matter between him and Qin Yun again. Yet Feng Retian brought it up again. Lei Xiaowei looked at Qin Yun and furiously said, Qin Yun, quickly apologized to Senior Su and hand over the runes of the mysterious penetration talisman to express your apology. The other pagoda masters began to worry, because Su Luan's complexion became even more gloomy, making people feel that he is angry. Seeing Su Luan walking towards Qin Yun, Lei Xiaowei and Feng Retian secretly rejoiced. They believed that Su Luan is going to teach Qin Yun a lesson. Grandmaster Qin, I haven't even reached the Ghost Beast remote lake, but you call me back. What's the matter? What is going on with these people? Su Luan looked at Feng Retian and Lei Xiaowei and frowned. Hearing Su Luan call Qin Yun Venerable Master Qin, Lei Xiaowei and Feng Retian suspect that they misheard. When they saw how respectful Su Luan is towards Qin Yun, they became even more frightened. The other pagoda masters were dumbstruck too, their hearts filled with astonishment. Not long ago, Qin Yun fought with Flame Sun Heavenly Mountain to the death. Su Luan suffered a great loss and lost several tens of thousands of region origin stones. But not long after, Su Luan's attitude towards Qin Yun has completely changed. Lei Xiaowei's legs trembled as he stared at Feng Retian with wide eyes. Feng Retian is also extremely flustered. He really did not expect that Qin Yun would truly reconcile with Flame Sun Heavenly Mountain. Qin Yun slowly said, Senior Su, this sect master Lei wants to help our 100 Pagoda sect deal with the Ghost Beast Overlord. He wants our 100 Pagoda sect to pay 8,000 high-quality Regent Origin Stones. And this Pagoda Master Fong thinks that I have too many Regent Origin Stones in my hands, so he asked me to pay half, that is, 4,000. Then I said that Flame Sun Heavenly Mountain will come to help. We don't need to do anything, and they won't take our Regent Origin Stones. But they said that the Flame Sun Heavenly Mountain exploded, and that the Flame Sun Heavenly Mountain doesn't have the strength to eliminate the Ghost Beast Overlord. Lei Xiaowei shivered from head to toe. However, he immediately recalled that the Flame Sun Heavenly Mountain has truly exploded and relaxed a lot. The information he received came from transcending Xianxi region. It is definitely not wrong. After Su Luan heard this, he faintly smiled and said, Sect Master Lei, how about this? I will pay Venerable Master Qin's 4,000 Regent Origin Stones. And your Pure Sun Thunder sect must guarantee that the Ghost Beast Overlord will not attack 100 Pagoda sect again. How about it? This. Lei Xiaowei is speechless for a while. Indeed, our Flame Sun Heavenly Mountain and Flame Sun Island have been destroyed. With our current strength, we are unable to eliminate the Ghost Beast Overlord. Since your Pure Sun Thunder sect says that 8,000 high-quality Regent Origin Stones can solve the problem, then we will hand it over to you. If you can't solve it, you will pay back 10 times. How about it? Su Luan said. Senior Su, is Flame Sun Heavenly Mountain really that weak? Lei Xiaowei is very happy in his heart as he asked. Flame Sun Island and Heavenly Mountain have been destroyed. What do you think? Su Luan said in cold voice. Senior Su, our Pure Sun Thunder sect is a subordinate power of Thunder Sun sect. If our Pure Sun Thunder sect can't deal with the Ghost Beast Overlord, we will ask Thunder Sun sect for help. Lei Xiaowei said with a smile on his face. You can rest assured about this matter. Is your Pure Sun Thunder sect really that confident? From what I sensed just now, there's a large crack at the bottom of the Ghost Beast remote lake. There are many Ghost Beasts as strong as the Ghost Beast Overlord on the other side of the crack. How many Ghost Beast Overlords can you deal with? Su Luan said with sneer. Even if you give me 80,000 Regent Origin Stones, I will not accept it. Our flame son, Heavenly Mountain, did not accept this task before. We are truly lucky. Lei Xiaowei's forehead is filled with sweat. Fang Rishen's expression also greatly changed. He doesn't dare to speak because Qin Yun and Su Luan's relationship is very good. At this time, another middle-aged man walked in and said to Fang Rutian, "Pagoda Master Fang, Golden Sun Sect's Jin Jingwei requests an audience. He said he wants to discuss the Ghost Beast Overlord with us." Lei Xiaowei said in low voice, "Jin Jingwei? He is Golden Sun Sect Master's grandson." Fang Rutian nodded and said, "Indeed, he was angered by Pagoda Master Shun last time and left. Quickly invite him over." All the Pagoda Masters are amazed because Jin Jingwei's position seems to be higher than Su Luan. After all, Jin Jingwei is Sect Master's grandson. Qin Yun and Su Luan both know that Jin Jingwei is actually a fish in troubled waters. Not long after Jin Jingwei was invited over, he brought along a few middle-aged men. Lei Xiaowei and Fang Rutian saw Jin Jingwei arrive, and just as they were about to approach him, they saw Jin Jingwei quickly walk towards Qin Yun and said with a smile, "Greetings, big brother Qin. You returned to 100 Pagoda's sect without telling me. I originally wanted to travel together with you." Lei Xiaowei and Fang Rutian are once again dumbfounded. This Jin Jingwei's relationship with Qin Yun is actually this good. Golden Sun Sect only sent a brat like you? Su Luan said. They're still settling down. Since I have nothing to do, I came over. Are you discussing how to deal with the Ghost Beast Overlord? Jin Jingwei said with a smile. Su Luan pointed at Lei Xiaowei and said, "This is Pure Sun Thunder Sect's Sect Master. He said that 8,000 Regent Origin Stones can thoroughly deal with the Ghost Beast Overlord." Jin Jingwei looked at Lei Xiaowei and said with a smile, "So awesome. Then each of us 8-9 Sun Sects will give him 1,000 Regent Origin Stones and let him deal with the Ghost Beast Overlord. It will save us a lot of trouble." Everyone can hear from Jin Jingwei's words that the 8-9 Sun Sects want to deal with the Ghost Beast Overlord. This caused them to be extremely shocked. Qin Yun went to Transcending Xianxi region and invited so many helpers. These are 8 incomparably formidable powers of Transcending Xianxi region. Lei Xiaowei is sweating profusely because he realized that the Ghost Beast Overlord is not that easy to deal with. "Senior Su, what is the situation at the Ghost Beast Remote Lake?" Qin Yun asked. "Not very optimistic. We must first eliminate the Ghost Beast Overlord, and then fill up the Ghost Beast Remote Lake." Su Luan said, "We must wait for the sect masters of the other sects to come. Then we can discuss this matter together. The situation there is much worse than I imagined." Lei Xiaowei and Fang Rishen's complexion turned deathly pale because the helpers Qin Yun invited are not only from Flame Sun Heavenly Mountain, there are also 7 other 9 Sun sects. Shin Beijian said with smile, "There is no harm in letting Pure Sun Thunder Sect deal with this terrible matter." Sect Master Lei said that Pure Sun Thunder Sect has the support of Thunder Sun Sect. They will surely be able to deal with the Ghost Beast Overlord. Jin Jingwei looked at Lei Xiaowei and said with sneer, "Thunder Sun Sect? Thunder Sun Sect's Heavenly Mountain has also exploded. They will have to deal with the Ghost Beast Overlord with their own strength. Their losses will be even greater." "What? Thunder Sun Sect's Heavenly Mountain?" Lei Xiaowei said in shock. 8-9 Sun Sect's Heavenly Mountain have exploded. It is all thanks to Venerable Master Qin and Miss Zhao's warning that we could retreat ahead of time. Otherwise our losses would be disastrous. In order to repay Venerable Master Qin, we will surely spare no effort to deal with the Ghost Beast Overlord." Su Luan said. Everyone let out a low cry in amazement. 9 Sun Sect's Heavenly Mountain has actually exploded. This is truly astonishing. Now they understand why Qin Yun is so confident that Flame Sun Heavenly Mountain will come. 9 Sun Sects owe him a great favor. Roar! Suddenly a furious roar echoed from outside. "Ghost Beast Overlord!" Shin Beijian's expression changed as he said, "Didn't this guy just leave?" Lei Xiaowei gritted his teeth and suddenly said, Venerable Master Qin, Ghost Beast Overlord's matter is so complicated that it is beyond my imagination. Now your Thunder Sun Sect's benefactor, and our Pure Sun Thunder Sect, is Thunder Sun Sect's subordinate power. We will surely spare no effort and join hands with everyone to deal with the Ghost Beast Overlord. How can he dare to accept Regent Origin Stones now? He wished he could give Qin Yun some Regent Origin Stones, so that Qin Yun doesn't care about what happened just now. Otherwise, if Thunder Yang Sect investigates, a great calamity will befall him. Fang Rutian and Fang Zhijin are so scared that they don't even dare to breathe loudly. Qin Yun has joined hand with 8-9 Sun Sects. What else can they say? They only want to leave this place as soon as possible. Let's go take a look, Qin Yun said. Fang Rutian immediately took the lead and left First Pagoda with everyone. It is afternoon now, but the sky outside is pitch black. The sky above 100 Pagoda Sect is shrouded by thick black clouds. Ghost Beast Overlord found helpers? Su Luan's brows are creased as he looked at the sky. I wonder what grandfather and others are doing. Why are they still not coming? Jin Jingwei is also extremely alarmed and anxious looking at the situation. Ghost Beast Overlord is so savage. What does it have to do with our heavenly mountain being exterminated? 100 Pagoda Sect is temporarily safe. Your great formation is very strong. No need to worry too much. I will immediately go investigate. Su Luan said. I will also immediately return to transcending Xianxi region. Tell them to quickly come over. Jin Jingwei said. Pagoda Master Qin, you have just returned. You should go back and rest first. We will handle this matter. Shen Beijian patted Qin Yun's shoulder and said with smile. All right. Qin Yun nodded, then said to those old men, then I will have to trouble all of you seniors. Soon after, Qin Yun and Yi Yaoxue returned to Star Traveling Pagoda. Chapter 1044. Refined heavenly rune. Yaoxue looked at the baleful aura in the sky and said, Xiao Yun, is it possible that the situation at Ghost Beast Remote Lake is related to the falling sun? After a sun fell, many strange things happened, especially at transcending Xianxi region. All the heavenly mountains exploded. Qin Yun said with frown, there must be some connection. There is a space crack at the bottom of the Ghost Beast Remote Lake. It was originally not big, but now it has become a lot bigger. Different spaces are maintained by 9 suns' power, so it is very difficult to connect them. After a sun fell, the 9 suns' power became very weak and the space binding power weakened. Let's go in. Leave this matter to them. I've already done my best. Yi Yaoxue nodded her head. Qin Yun is indeed doing his best to get the help of 8-9 Sun Sects. Inside the secret room at the top floor of Star Traveling Pagoda, Qin Yun told Yi Yaoxue to release her heavenly rune martial spirit. Yi Yaoxue released a red heavenly rune light ball. It is her heavenly rune martial spirit. This heavenly rune martial spirit has already been reflected in Qin Yun's Gemini treasure mirror. Qin Yun took out the Gemini treasure mirror and compared it with Yi Yaoxue's heavenly rune martial spirit. He said, Heavenly rune has not changed much. It has not evolved. However, it has absorbed the characteristics of other martial spirits. Yi Yaoxue nodded and said, Indeed, I can sense that this heavenly rune martial spirit can easily fuse with other martial spirits' abilities, especially martial spirits with totems. It seems like your martial spirit still needs to evolve one more step to be able to nurture a spirit soul. Take back your martial spirit. After we deal with the Ghost Beast Overlord, the situation will stabilize and I will go into seclusion again. At that time, we will cultivate together again. I will first stabilize my cultivation during this period of time. Yi Yaoxue revealed a charming smile and said, Cultivating together with Qin Yun means that her cultivation will increase greatly. Even if she doesn't break through, she will be able to absorb a lot of energy. Qin Yun also wants to become as strong as possible before entering ancient domain. That mysterious and ancient starry sky, ancient domain, is filled with all kinds of dangers. Only by grasping even stronger power will he feel more secure. Qin Yun and Yi Yaoshua used starry sky teleportation formation and arrived at Star-Picking Pavilion Small Star. As soon as they arrived, they saw the absolutely beautiful elf princess Yu Shutian flapping her pair of beautiful large wings and flying around with Xiao Yuemei. Yun, seeing Qin Yun return, Yu Shutian put down Xiao Yuemei, flew towards Qin Yun and retracted her translucent butterfly wings. Xiao Tian, this little girl Yuemei only thinks about playing all day. You just need to get used to it. Qin Yun pinched Xiao Yuemei's face. Xiao Yuemei held a piece of pastry in her hand and took a bite. She said with a smile, "Brother, what's the situation outside?" Qin Yun briefly explained the situation. After Yu Shutian finished listening, she rolled her eyes and said in soft voice, "I remember I read about it in an ancient book of Star Traveling Pagoda. It said that during world extermination, many cruel and savage evil spirits were part of the world extermination power. Star Traveling Pagoda's ancient books contain many ancient eras knowledge. From them, Qin Yun learned a lot about sun, moon, and stars. It seems like ghost beasts exist to destroy the world." Yi Yaoshua became slightly worried. Doesn't that mean ghost beasts are very difficult to stop? That ancient book also said that the ghost beasts were transformed from the living beings that had died in the last era, and they were all gathered in the netherworld. Naturally, this is only the speculation of the senior who wrote the ancient book. Yu Shutian said with smile, "Senior sister, don't worry, with 8-9 sun sects here. Even if we can't completely exterminate the ghost beast overlord, we can still resist it for a period of time until the Starry Sky Road is built. If they can't deal with the ghost beast overlord, they can still stabilize the situation. After all, everyone's final goal is to go to ancient domain. If the ancient book is true, then the world extermination power has already spread to Xian domain." Qin Yun pulled Xiao Yuemei's hand and said, "Let's go find Sister Kong." The mature and charming Kong Feiqing is wearing red skirt. Her braid is hanging down to her chest. As soon as she saw Qin Yun, her absolutely beautiful face became filled with a charming smile. She said with gentle smile, "Xiao Yun, long time no see. 100 Pagoda sect is so dangerous. I am very worried about you." Kong Feiqing giggled and caressed Qin Yun's handsome face. "Sister Kong, how is your Gemini heavenly rune?" Qin Yun asked with smile. "Very good." Kong Feiqing looked at Xiao Yuemei and said, "Yuemei said before that you want to try and see whether or not you can make my Gemini heavenly rune split again." Qin Yun nodded and said, Come, let's begin now." "All right, I also want to see," Kong Feiqing said with smile. "That girl Yin is very diligent now. She is cultivating every day. She can't even come out to greet you." "It's fine," Qin Yun said. "Star-Picking Pavilion is very big. Moreover, it has a basement. Kong Feiqing has been here for a long time. She is very familiar with the Star-Picking Pavilion." She brought Qin Yun to a secret underground room. Kong Feiqing took out a blanket and sat on the ground. "Sister Kong, your Gemini heavenly rune has a spirit. Can you communicate with it more often now?" Xiao Yuemei is lying on Kong Feiqing's back. Her chin is placed on Kong Feiqing's shoulder as she looked at Kong Feiqing opening a box. After Kong Feiqing opened the box, there is a very big pearl inside. Inside the pearl, there are complex runes interweaving together to form a ball of white light. This is the Gemini heavenly rune. Kong Feiqing said with smile, "I will ask the Gemini heavenly rune now." She closed her eyes and began calmly communicating with the heavenly rune pearl. Xiao Yuemei is still lying on Kong Feiqing's shoulder. Her eyes are wide open looking at the heavenly rune pearl. Then she said with smile and low voice, "Brother, Sister Kong is very fragrant. Do you want to smell it?" This caused Kong Feiqing to smile and say, "Yuemei, don't mess around, be quiet." Not long after, Kong Feiqing opened her eyes, looked at Qin Yun, and said, "Gemini heavenly rune said that it can split again, but it needs to absorb a lot of energy. It will be best if it is 9 suns power." "This is no problem." Qin Yun took out a very large bee skin. This is the 9 condensation Dao formation. Xiao Yuemei and Kong Feiqing promptly went over and spread it out. Soon after, Qin Yun took out some high-quality Regent Origin stones and used his mental power to control them. They neatly formed a circle and then landed on the 9 condensation Tao formation. So many high-quality Regent Origin stones. Kong Feiqing's charming eyes flickered as she looked at the Regent Origin stones and said with charming smile, "Xiao Yun, you are becoming more and more awesome. Big Sister Kong, these Regent Origin stones are not even worth mentioning compared to your Gemini, Heavenly Rune." Qin Yun said with smile, "You agreed to let Gemini, Heavenly Rune split and give it to me. This is priceless. I don't know how to thank you." Kong Feiqing smiled and said, "Xiao Yun, if I and Yin Yin did not have your help, we would not be able to live so comfortably. There is no need to say thank you." Soon after, she held the Gemini Heavenly Rune Pearl, entered the 9 condensation Tao formation, and sat in the middle. Kong Feiqing is surrounded by high-quality Regent Origin stones. Qin Yun said, "I want to open the Great Formation." All right. Kong Feiqing has established a connection with the Gemini Heavenly Rune, so she can communicate with the Gemini Heavenly Rune. After Qin Yun opened the 9 condensation Tao formation, the energy of the Regent Origin stones immediately rushed out and transformed into a beautiful 9-colored spiral that coiled around Kong Feiqing. "Big Sister Kong is so beautiful," Xiao Yuemei said with smile. "I wonder if these few hundred high-quality Regent Origin stones are enough." Qin Yun said, "Last time I used Immortal Origins, but that was because the Gemini Heavenly Rune was on the verge of evolution. I only used a little bit of power. This time, the Gemini Heavenly Rune will need to split another one. The energy consumption will be very great." Qin Yun finished speaking and took out another Immortal Origin. The released 9 Sun power will be transformed by the Immortal Origin into very strong 9 Sun Immortal energy, and then absorbed by the Gemini Heavenly Rune. This way, they can save a lot of Regent Origin stones. Because Kong Feiqing is sitting in the middle while holding the Gemini Heavenly Rune, she has also benefited greatly. While the Gemini Heavenly Rune is splitting, it is also unceasingly supplying energy to her. The situation is very stable now. "Yume, you stay here and watch. I will go take care of some other matters." Qin Yun patted her head and then left the secret room. Qin Yun arrived at a high-floor room of star-picking pavilion, took out the immortal graveyard diagram, and contacted Siekaru. "Xiao Yun, is the Starry Sky Road ready?" Yuelon and Little Melian contacted me. They are now in Guanghan Palace. Siekaru said, "Not ready yet. The current situation is very chaotic." Qin Yun told Siekaru about the destruction of 9 Sun Sect's Heavenly Mountain, the threat of Ghost Beast Overlord, as well as his transaction with Evil God. Xian Domain is about to be destroyed. Transcending Xianxi region can hold on for a while. Siekaru lightly sighed and said, "You had no choice but to do business with Evil God. You can only take one step at a time. You can think of a way to remove the soul contract later." Sister Karu, 9 Sun Divine Hammer can no longer be used. Yang Yang, that 9th Heaven Xian Sparrow has just woken up. I am very worried about her. You said before that nothing will happen to Yang Yang, right? Qin Yun said, "She will not die. At most, she will be in deep slumber." Siekaru said, "Xiao Yun, even if you enter Immortal Desolate later, Immortal Desolate will be destroyed not long after. If you don't enter Sacred Desolate in time, you can only wander in the starry sky. Whether it is Immortal Desolate or Sacred Desolate, both have nether sun spirits. You must find them." "I will." Qin Yun nodded and asked again, "How is Martial Desolate? Has it been destroyed?" Cloud Dragon Mountain Range is fine, but many people from Martial Desolate and other places have gathered here. There are more and more ghost beasts in Cloud Dragon Mountain Range. It is very lively here. Siekaru said. Qin Yun is very worried about his father because Qin Long has always been in Cloud Dragon Mountain Range. He said he wants to explore some unknown secrets. Go to Ancient Domain in peace and find Nether Sun Spirit. So long as you obtain Nether Sun Spirit, 9 Sun Divine Hammer will be reborn. You must take good care of Yueme while she is with you. Siak Karu warned repeatedly. Sister Kiru, when can I go to a mortal graveyard? Qin Yun asked. Chapter 1045. Mirror Evolution. Hearing Siak Karu's words, Qin Yun has some confidence in his heart. He is very clear that his current cultivation is still too low. He cannot go to a mortal desolate, let alone sacred desolate. Sister Karu, there is an immortal gate in transcending Xianxi region. Can I enter immortal desolate from there? Qin Yun asked. You can, but it is very difficult. Only those who were born in immortal desolate can easily pass through. Even though you have a past life, you are not a native of immortal desolate. Siak Karu lightly sighed. Do you remember Xian Rujing from before? The one with dual spirit immortal veins. She came from immortal desolate. If she can enter immortal gate, can I ask her to take me there? Qin Yun recalled Xian Rujing. If Xian Rujing can store him in a storage magic tool and enter immortal desolate through immortal gate. You can't. Entering immortal desolate is not a small matter. You will only bring harm to her. Siak Karu said, Xiao Yun, if you want to go to immortal desolate in a hurry, you can enter through immortal gate, but you can't do it now unless your body is strong enough. I will become stronger as soon as possible. Qin Yun knows that his immortal devil body still has a lot of room for growth. When the time comes, Sister Yao Feng will help you. After entering immortal gate, there will be a passage. Sister Yao Feng can come out at that time. After staying in the passage for a short period of time, she will be sucked into immortal desolate. During that time, she should be able to help you pass. Siak Karu said, Then won't I be separated from Sister Yao Feng at that time? Qin Yun is very reluctant to part with her. Siak Karu heard Qin Yun's reluctant tone and giggled. Xiao Yun, you're getting along very well with Sister Yao Feng. She should not hate you that much, right? She is very good to me now, Qin Yun said with smile. Yao Feng has obtained 9 Sun World Extermination Scripture and has been studying it inside 9 Sun Divine Souls, 3rd Pearl, all day long. She is very clear that if she was not cursed by Devil Immortal Great Emperor, she would not have been able to obtain this peerless cultivation method. All right, I will go into seclusion. You might not be able to contact me during this period of time, Siak Karu said with smile. Xiao Yun, take care of yourself. Take care of Yuma. Qin Yun stored the immortal graveyard diagram and left the room. It was only a matter of time before he went to the ancient region of the starry sky. The 8-9 Sun sects were definitely more anxious than Qin Yun, so he didn't need to worry about the construction of the starry sky road. Qin Yun arrived at the underground secret room and saw Xiao Yuma looking at Kong Feiqing. She took out a small table filled with all kinds of food. Brother, when will Big Sister Kong be able to split the Gemini heavenly rune? Xiao Yuma threw a bright red fruit at Qin Yun and asked, I don't know, but it can be split. Qin Yun took the fruit, took a bite, and said with smile, So sweet. Kong Feiqing is sitting at the center of a 9 condensation Dao formation, holding a heavenly rune pearl in her hand. Her beautiful eyes are closed. She is also cultivating. Only the Gemini heavenly rune in Sister Kang's hands can split. Qin Yun took out his Gemini treasure mirror and said, The Gemini heavenly rune inside my treasure mirror is unable to achieve this. If I need anything in the future, I can only look for Big Sister Kong. Xiao Yuma said, Luckily Big Sister Kong is very generous. She is also very nice. Qin Yun doesn't know when he will be able to carve Gemini heavenly rune. It is a very complicated thing. Before he can carve Gemini heavenly rune, he can only look for Kong Feiqing. Very soon 2 days pass by. Kong Feiqing has finally finished carving. She has used more than 500 high-quality Regent Origin stones. Kong Feiqing has also obtained great advancement by relying on the Gemini heavenly rune. She has entered late-stage martial emperor realm in one go. There is a white light ball floating beside the heavenly rune pearl in her hand. It is the split Gemini heavenly rune. Xiao Yun, this is for you, Kong Feiqing said with charming smile. It has been hard on Big Sister Kong. Qin Yun walked over, took out a pearl, and sealed the Gemini heavenly rune inside. Big Sister Kong, your breakthrough is so fast. Xiao Yuanmei took out a piece of fruit and placed it next to Kong Feiqing's sexy red lips and said with smile. Kong Feiqing opened her small mouth and bit the fruit. She said with smile, "This is all thanks to Xiao Yun. Without his region origin stones, I would not have been able to break through so fast." Qin Yun said, "I am temporarily unable to carve Gemini, heavenly rune. If I need it later, I can only look for Big Sister Kong." Kong Feiqing said, "Xiao Yun, if the Gemini heavenly rune wants to split a third time, it will require even more energy. At that time, it will not only be 500 regent origin stones, it might even require 1,000. If I really need it, 1,000 is nothing." Qin Yun said with smile, "It seems like the Gemini heavenly rune can only split once every time it evolves. If you need it, you can look for Big Sister anytime." Kong Feiqing sweetly smiled, then gently caressed Qin Yun's handsome face, and said with smile, "I will go see if Yin Yin has come out of seclusion or not. I will give her some pointers in cultivation." After Kong Feiqing left, Xiao Yuanmei looked at the pearl in Qin Yun's hand and said, "Brother, Big Sister Kong must have found a unique cultivation path. That is why she is so fast." Indeed, this is also not a bad thing. Clearly her cultivation path is related to the Gemini heavenly rune. Qin Yun nodded and said, "Yuanmei, let's begin now." Qin Yun said before that he wants to try whether or not he can refine the Gemini heavenly rune into Xiao Yuanmei's mirror. Xiao Yuanmei's mirror is an extremely special martial spirit. Therefore, when refining it, it cannot be done like refining tools. Luckily, Qin Yun has soul refining technique. He understands the characteristics of spirits and knows how to deal with all kinds of difficulties during refining. After Xiao Yuanmei took out her mirror, she somewhat excitedly said, "I will have the Gemini treasure mirror very soon." Qin Yun said with smile, "Yuanmei, did my past life help you refine this mirror?" "No." Xiao Yuanmei curled her lips and said, "Your past life was much worse than this one." "Really?" Qin Yun suddenly feels very happy because he doesn't want to be like his past life. "Of course. Wait until you become an immortal king again. You will be even more awesome than your past life. At that time, Sister Bingxing and the others will be completely captivated by you again." Xiao Yuanmei said with charming smile, "I can make them lose their sense of north now." Qin Yun said with mischievous smile, "Shameless." Xiao Yuanmei lightly smiled. Qin Yun took out the Gemini heavenly rune, took a deep breath, and said with solemn expression, "Yuanmei, it is time to begin. There might be some risk." Xiao Yuanmei's charming little face is not showing any trace of fear. She said in a relaxed manner, "It's fine. I believe you." "All right." Qin Yun's expression is grave as he took out the Gemini heavenly rune from the pearl. Xiao Yuanmei also cooperated with Qin Yun and transformed her mirror into spirit body. After the small mirror turned into spirit body, the Gemini heavenly rune fused with it and wrapped it up in a ball of white light. Qin Yun immediately used the method recorded in soul refining technique and combined it with his formidable mental power to control the Gemini heavenly rune and brand it on the mirror martial spirit. Xiao Yuanmei is now very nervous. She is looking at the mirror martial spirit in her hand. Suddenly, the white light ball slightly trembled and flickered from time to time. "I wonder what is happening." Qin Yun's expression slightly changed as he said, "Yuanmei, do you feel anything now?" "I don't know, but I can feel that my mirror is very stable." Xiao Yuanmei's expression is also at a loss as she lightly shook her head. Qin Yun closed his eyes and released even stronger mental power to probe the situation. Not long after, he discovered that the mirror martial spirit is releasing a kind of power to stop the Gemini heavenly rune from fusing with it. There is a rejection situation. It is very thorny. Qin Yun said with frown, "Yuanmei, can you control the mirror to devour the Gemini heavenly rune?" Xiao Yuanmei shook her head and mumbled, "The Gemini heavenly rune doesn't listen to me. My mirror doesn't like the Gemini heavenly rune, and the Gemini heavenly rune also doesn't like my mirror, but I like the Gemini heavenly rune very much. This is troublesome." Qin Yun increased his mental power to control the Gemini heavenly rune, but it didn't succeed. Xiao Yun, go find Yi Yaoxue. Her heavenly rune has fusion power, Ling Yuner suddenly said. Qin Yun hastily took out a sound transmission magic tool and sent sound transmission to Yi Yaoxue. Not long after, Yi Yaoxue arrived at the door of the secret room. Hearing the knocking sound, Qin Yun opened the door and let Yi Yaoxue in. After Yi Yaoxue arrived, she saw a very large white light ball in Xiao Yuemei's hand. That is the Gemini heavenly rune? Yi Yaoxue said in amazement. She has been together with Kong Feiqing for the past few days, so she knows about the Gemini heavenly rune. Both Kong Feiqing and Yi Yaoxue have heavenly runes. Only the way they have them is somewhat different. Kong Feiqing's heavenly rune is very mature. Moreover, it has spiritual wisdom. Yi Yaoxue's heavenly rune is in a state of growth. It is still in spirit body state. It is a split of Big Sister Kang's Gemini heavenly rune. Qin Yun said, I wanted to fuse this Gemini heavenly rune with Yuemei's mirror martial spirit, but it didn't work because they are mutually rejecting each other. Senior sister, your heavenly rune's power seems to be able to fuse all kind of rare and strange things, right? I will give a try. Yi Yaoxue knows that Qin Yun is a soul-refining master who often fiddles with things in secret. She just did not expect that he would dare to mess around with Xiao Yuemei. She lightly inhaled a mouthful of air, and a red light ball overflowed from her chest. This is her mysterious heavenly rune martial spirit. Xiao Yun, you are truly reckless. You don't know anything about this kind of situation, yet you dare to try it on Yuemei's body. What would you do if a problem occurred? Yi Yaoxue reproachfully looked at Qin Yun. Big Sister Yi, it is my fault. I asked my brother to do it. Xiao Yuemei said with smile. Thank you for your concern. You are also my big sister from now on. Little girl, don't mess around like this next time. Yi Yaoxue lightly smiled, then controlled her heavenly rune martial spirit to wrap up the white light ball. Not long after, Xiao Yuemei yelled in pleasant surprise. There is a reaction. My mirror and Gemini heavenly rune have fused. Chapter 1046. Create a soul on my own. Qin Yun laughed foolishly a few times and then nodded. Even with Yi Yaoxue's help, the speed of fusion is very slow. Moreover, Yi Yaoxue's consumption is also very large. Qin Yun placed his hand on her abdomen and began channeling energy into her Tao core. Yi Yaoxue also used Sun and Moon Heart Sutra to fuse her energy with Qin Yun's, allowing her heavenly rune martial spirit to release even stronger energy. Yi Yaoxue curiously asked, if Gemini heavenly rune is fused with Yuemei's mirror, will there be any other changes? Xiao Yuemei and Qin Yun shook their heads because they are not sure what will happen. Yi Yaoxue is speechless. She lightly groaned and said, you two are really something. You don't even know this, yet you still dare to try. Xiao Yuemei said with smile, Sister Yi, we are also very curious. All right. It's good that you're fine now. Yi Yaoxue said, Yuemei, your mirror martial spirit is also very miraculous. Martial spirits that are reflected in it can be recorded and used by you. This is equivalent to having many kinds of martial spirits. That's right, but this is not a good thing. This will cause me to be a loss as to what martial spirit to use. I have too many martial spirits. Xiao Yuemei sighed. You have so many martial spirits to use. Many people are very envious of you, yet you still look down on them. Yi Yaoxue cannot help but laugh. I also have my own troubles. Xiao Yuemei giggled and said, that's why I often eat. I won't feel annoyed. With Yi Yaoxue's help, the Gemini heavenly rune gradually fused with Xiao Yuemei's mirror martial spirit. After a day, he finally succeeded. Yi Yaoxue is also very tired. After she finished, she quickly left the secret room and went back to rest. Brother, what's next? Xiao Yuemei waved her mirror and said with smile, Big Sister Yi is truly awesome. If not for her help, I don't know how we would have succeeded. Next, I want to carve some runes on your mirror martial spirit. The main ones are the star and moon runes. Qin Yun said, This is to allow your mirror to steadily project runes and totem runes. All right. Xiao Yuanmei handed over the mirror to Qin Yun and said with smile, I will go out for a while. I want to play with Sister Dreaming Pig. After staying here for a few days, she was a little bored. She threw away her mirror and ran out to play. Qin Yun shook his head and smiled. Then he began carving runes. At this moment, he also told this matter to Yao Fong. He had mentioned this to Yao Fong before. Yao Fong was also very concerned about this matter and asked him to report the situation to her. Sister Yao Fong, why don't you see Yuanmei? You care about her so much. She must also care about you. Qin Yun said, my current appearance. I still don't want to see her. I just want to know that she is doing well. Yao Fong said, she and Yuan are doing very well now. You don't have to worry. Qin Yun said, this way I can research 9 Sun World extermination scripture in peace. Yao Fong faintly sighed and said, Qin Yun, if there is any progress, let me know. Qin Yun continued carving runes. He is using the Gemini treasure mirror to determine what runes to carve. He tossed and turned for several hours and finally finished. He sent sound transmission to Xiao Yuanmei, telling her to come back. Xiao Yuanmei is humming a small tune. Her hands are stroking her ponytails. She ran over and said with smile, Brother, did you succeed? I carved a set of fire Dao runes on your mirror. Give it a try and see whether or not you can carve the Dao runes on the talisman paper. Qin Yun said, I want to become an inscription master. Xiao Yuanmei said with charming smile. Then she held the handle of the white mirror, pointed it toward the talisman paper, and did as Qin Yun said. Xiao Yuanmei has been using Qin Yun's Gemini treasure mirror before, so she is very familiar with it now. Not long after, her mirror released light and projected a set of runes on the talisman paper. Success. Ha ha ha. Xiao Yuanmei very happily laughed, jumped over to Qin Yun's side, and hugged him. Qin Yun laughed, then took out his Gemini treasure mirror, handed it over to her, and said, There are many sets of runes carved inside my Gemini treasure mirror. Take them out and project them on your mirror. All right. Xiao Yuanmei took the Gemini treasure mirror and said again, Brother, do you think my mirror can directly condense the recorded spirit bodies? Qin Yun said with frown, Your mirror has recorded all kinds of spirit bodies. If you want to condense them, you will need to pour in formidable spirit power. For example, when crafting talismans, you will need to pour in blood spirit power. He finished speaking and took out a spirit sealing pearl. There is a star spirit sealed inside. It was captured by Yushatian. Come, absorb the power of this star spirit and pour it into your mirror. Then condense a more ordinary martial spirit. Qin Yun said, I will give a try. Xiao Yuanmei also became very serious. She held the spirit sealing pearl in one hand and the mirror in the other, then began absorbing the power of the star spirit. Not long after, Qin Yun saw her mirror release a purplish gold light. Purple gold, martial spirit? Didn't I tell you to make a more ordinary one? Qin Yun said in amazement. More than ordinary, Xiao Yuanmei said with charming smile. Qin Yun looked at the spirit sealing pearl in her hand and saw the power of the star spirit frantically entering her body. He cannot help but become excited. Xiao Yuanmei has truly succeeded. She can condense a martial spirit on her own. Not long after, she successfully condensed a purple gold flame martial spirit. Yuanmei, you are too heaven-defying. You must be careful during tribulation. Qin Yun very happily pinched her cheeks. Brother, what kind of martial spirit do you want now? I will immediately condense one for you. Xiao Yuanmei said with smile. This is all thanks to your contribution. I told you, you are much more awesome than your past life. I don't want any martial spirit for now. I want inscription spirit. The smile on Qin Yun's face suddenly disappeared. Xiao Yuanmei's expression became grave hearing this. She said, Brother, do you want it now? I will immediately condense it. Don't. Qin Yun promptly stopped her and solemnly warned. Yuanmei, without my permission, you must not condense inscription spirit, divine ability martial spirit, as well as some spirit bodies that consume a great amount of spirit power. Xiao Yueme also heavily nodded her head. I will definitely keep it in mind. Yueme, refining inscription spirit will bring down tribulation thunder. Moreover, it might affect your tribulation in the future. If the two of us refine it together, we can share the punishment. Otherwise, you will have to bear it alone. It will be very dangerous. Qin Yun gently caressed her face and said with solemn expression, I know. I will only condense martial spirit. Xiao Yueme hugged Qin Yun and said with gentle smile, Brother, I also don't want to die. Otherwise, I won't be able to see you again. Don't say these things. Wait until you become an immortal. You won't need to go through tribulation. You'll be able to do whatever you want. Qin Yun laughed and lightly patted Xiao Yueme's back. Then I will start recording runes. Xiao Yueme took out the Gemini treasure mirror and her own mirror and looked at each other. After runes appear on the Gemini treasure mirror, they will be recorded by her own mirror. This way, Qin Yun won't need to carve runes on her mirror. While Xiao Yueme is recording runes, Qin Yun released the ninth heaven Xian sparrow. Yang Yang. Xiao Yueme lightly yelled with smile. Yang Yang also yelled and began flying around Xiao Yueme, dragging 9 long 9-colored tail feathers behind her. It is very beautiful. Brother, why did you let Yang Yang come out? Xiao Yueme curiously asked. Just as she finished speaking, Qin Yun took out a very large beast horn. This is an immortal king beast horn given to him by City Master Muro. Originally, he wanted Yao Fong and Bing Xing to help him smelt it, but Bing Xing has gone to Immortal Desolate, and Immortal Weapon Palace is no longer here. He can only do it himself. Yang Yang, you should be able to smelt this beast horn, right? Qin Yun asked. Just as he finished speaking, Yang Yang shot out a 9-colored flame from her mouth and attacked the large beast horn. This underground secret room is originally very gloomy and cold, but now it has become as hot as a smelting furnace. Qin Yun and Xiao Yueme have very high tolerance towards flame, but now they are unable to endure Yang Yang's dreadful flame. Yang Yang quickly stopped. Qin Yun promptly shouted at the 9th heaven Xian sparrow. Yang Yang is also very obedient and immediately stopped. So awesome! Xiao Yueme yelled in shock. Qin Yun hastily placed Yang Yang into the 9-Sun Divine Soul's 3rd pearl along with the heavenly lion dragon suppressing cauldron and handed it over to Yao Fong. Although Yao Fong's flame is very strong, it is still very difficult to smelt an immortal king beast horn on its own. Sister Yao Fong, help me take a small piece of the immortal king beast horn and then let Yang Yang smelt it. Qin Yun sent sound transmission to Yao Fong. All right, what about Yueme's mirror? Yao Fong asked. Yueme's mirror is very awesome. Qin Yun informed Yao Fong about the mirror. After Yao Fong heard, she warned Qin Yun repeatedly not to let Xiao Yueme condense a powerful soul body on her own because it will draw down very strong tribulation thunder. Qin Yun took out the Golden Sun Brilliant Heaven Hammer. This is the immortal hammer he won from Jin Xuanhu. Although Jin Xuanhu lost 2 immortal hammers, he is completely convinced of his loss. He did not want to take them back. He only said that he will be able to refine even stronger hammers in the future. Brother, do you want to refine tools? Xiao Yueme asked. I want to refine a saber. Do you want one? Qin Yun asked. No, I don't want to trouble you again. Xiao Yueme shook her head and said, What are you talking about? Why are you being so polite with me? Qin Yun said with smile, then took out many multicolored materials and threw them into the furnace. These are 6-colored crystal beast bones. They were given to him by Jin Xuanhu. Although they are not many, they are enough for him to refine very good embryos. Brother, do you want to refine king tools? Xiao Yueme curiously asked. King tools are very awesome. Most inscription masters can only transform king grade Dao tools into king tools after many years. Chapter 1047. Long Life Jade Nectar. Chapter 1047. Long Life Jade Nectar. Brother, if you don't have king runes, you can evolve them. Use existing Dao runes or Xiantir Star runes and evolve them. Xiao Yueme said with smile. You did this in your past life. Although Xiao Yuanmei doesn't know how to refine tools, she is very knowledgeable in this aspect. After all, if she wants to deceive people, she must have the relevant knowledge. This will take a lot of time. Wait until I have time. I will definitely give it a try. Qinyan also has this kind of thought. He obtained many star runes from Star Traveling Pagoda. They are more or less the same as what he obtained from Inscription Gate. Although Star Traveling Pagoda and Inscription Gate's star runes have the same effect, they have been researched and created from different lines of thought. This gave Qin Yun great inspiration. He can combine the two lines of thought and evolve star runes one step further. Making runes evolve is a skill that inscription masters must master. Only by doing this can they obtain even more high-level runes. However, many outstanding inscription masters are unable to do this. Inscription masters spend a lot of time on other aspects. They also need to cultivate and increase their cultivation. If they make runes evolve, they won't have time to do other things. So long as inscription masters can obtain even more high-level runes, they won't need to research rune evolution. Yuanmei, there are still not many runes carved in my treasure mirror. Wait until I get more. Then you can record them and craft many talismans yourself. Qin Yun said. Now I can be considered half an inscription master. Xiao Yuanmei very happily said with smile. Qin Yun let Yang Yang come out, sprayed a few mouthfuls of flame on the smelting furnace, then let her and Yao Fong smelt the beast horn. Qin Yun is smelting 6-color beast bones in the smelting furnace. Yao Fong is smelting the immortal king beast horn together with Yang Yang. Yao Fong is only chipping off a small piece of beast horn. It is only the size of a fist, but it requires a very long time to smelt. Yang Yang's flame is really awesome. She just sprayed a few mouthfuls of flame, and she can quickly smelt 6-color beast bones. Qin Yun looked at the situation inside the smelting furnace and exclaimed in admiration. Yang Yang is a 9th heaven Xian sparrow, a young divine beast. Of course she is awesome. Xiao Yuanmei said with smile. She is still too young now. When she grows up, who knows how awesome she will be. Yang Yang's 9-colored flames were indeed terrifying, but she also ate a lot and was very picky about her food. She only liked dragon meat. Qin Yun did not know how long the dragon in his hand could last. At this time, he was also anxious about Yang Yang's food. In just a short moment, Qin Yun took out 6 different colored crystal beast bones from the furnace. Then, he used the Golden Sun Brilliant Heaven Hammer and began forging with the 6-style forging dragon. Xiao Yuanmei is watching from the side. She said with smile. The materials have been burned by Yang Yang's flame. It seems like forging has become much easier. Qin Yun's face is filled with joy. He nodded and said, Indeed so. Not only will forging be easier, the quality will also become better. Yang Yang's flame is really special. It's much better than my Nether Sun flame. Xiao Yun, your Nether Sun fire is also not bad. It's just that your cultivation is too low, so it didn't show. Ling Yuner said. It only took Qin Yun half a day to finish forging the 6-colored crystal bone and turned it into a light golden material. Now he is only waiting for the beast horn bone. While waiting, Qin Yun also began carving runes on his Gemini treasure mirror. 3 days passed by, and Yang Yang finally finished smelting the beast horn bone. I'm still not in my best condition. That's why I am so slow, Yao Fong said. Yang Yang consumed a lot of energy this time. She'll have to eat a lot of dragon meat. I wonder if there are dragons in ancient domain. Yang Yang can eat so much. The dragon meat I have won't be enough for her to eat for long. Qin Yun took out the heavenly lion dragon suppressing cauldron and took out the beast horn bone. As soon as he took out the beast horn bone, the underground secret room became incomparably hot and stuffy. So hot, Qin Yun said with frown. If I use ordinary forging hammer, I won't be able to forge this beast horn bone. He took out a Dao artifact grade hammer and hit the beast horn bone that was burning red hot. The hammer was instantly scrapped. This beast horn has been burned by 9-colored flame for 3 days and 3 nights. You should just use Immortal Hammer, Xiao Yuanmei said with smile. Qin Yun is very careful when using Golden Sun Brilliant Heaven Hammer. If sparks from the beast horn bone splashes on him, It will be very painful. It will even burn a big hole in his body. There are many impurities inside the beast hornbone. I will have to refine it and make it even purer. Qin Yun used 6-style forging dragon and began forging. The beast hornbone is still very hot. He doesn't dare to fuse the 6-colored crystal beast bone with it. Otherwise, it will be burnt to a crisp. After Qin Yun refined the beast hornbone for 2 days, the beast hornbone is still very hot, and it has also shrunk by a bit. I should be able to fuse the crystal beast bone now. After Qin Yun heated the crystal beast bone until it is red hot, he stacked it with the beast hornbone. Then he added the dragon bone and repeatedly folded and forged it. After many times of folding, many natural runes appeared on the surface of the material. The entire material has turned into a strange grayish-white color. After tossing and turning for several days, Qin Yun finally forged a long saber. It looks very ordinary. There's nothing fancy about it. Its shape is very ordinary and plain. There is nothing special about it. It is not that Qin Yun doesn't want to make a new shape. It is just that it is too difficult. After cooling down, the beast hornbone is very sturdy. If he wants to make a good shape, he will have to repeatedly burn it. It is very troublesome. My current strength is limited. As long as the weapon is sturdy and sharp enough, it is fine. As for the shape, wait until I get more dragon meat. Qin Yun wants to save some dragon meat. If he lets Yang Yang spit fire, she will feel hungry. Brother, what rune are you planning to carve? Xiao Yuanmei asked. She has been watching from the side for the past few days. I won't carve because I can't carve it, Qin Yun said with bitter smile. He now knows that his mental resonance Xian pen can no longer carve runes on better materials. Are you going to use it like this? Xiao Yuanmei is somewhat amazed. I will use it like this for the time being. I can easily pour in very strong energy. It is enough for the time being. Qin Yun is holding the saber hilt and pouring in martial emperor energy. After adding heavenly might Dao technique power, the saber is still very stable. Xiao Yuanmei also wants to go into seclusion because her mirror has changed. She wants to cultivate for a while. Qin Yun left Star Picking Pavilion and returned to Star Traveling Pagoda. I now have close to 2,000 best quality region origin stones, 100 king quality region origin stones, 2,000 to 3,000 high quality region origin stones. It should be enough for me to cultivate to late stage martial emperor, right? Qin Yun came out of his room and received Shinbeijian's sound transmission. 8 big shots of 9 Sun Sect have arrived at Divine Sword Pagoda. Qin Yun immediately left for Divine Sword Pagoda's conference hall. Qin Yun had never seen a few of the 8 big shots. These sect masters are very familiar with him. They are now gathered together to sign the soul contract. Only by signing the soul contract will Qin Yun be willing to hand over the core part of the Starry Sky Road. After signing the soul contract, Qin Yun handed over the entire blueprint. 9 Sun Sect's people are now completely relieved. They immediately arrange for their people to leave for Ghost Beast Remote Lake. The situation at Ghost Beast Remote Lake is becoming more and more serious. After some investigation, they discovered that there are many ghost beasts as strong as Ghost Beast Overlord inside. 9 Sun Sects promised to help 100 Pagoda Sect, so Qin Yun is not worried about this matter. Venerable Master Qin, we agreed before to discuss the matter of the formation. River Sun Palace Master has a very young appearance and very scholarly appearance, he said to Qin Yun with a smile. Qin Yun asked Shinbeijian to arrange a small secret room for him to discuss the formation with River Sun Palace Master. Venerable Master Qin, tell me the reward first. If I can afford it, I will pay you in advance. River Sun Palace Master very straightforwardly said. River Sun Palace Master, I want the formula of longevity jade nectar, as well as the required medicinal ingredients and 500 king quality region origin stones. Qin Yun said, this is also the reward he wants. This. River Sun Palace Master's expression suddenly became grave. He is pondering with frown. Venerable Master Qin, I can promise you, but you cannot make this matter public. You can also not steal our business. I want to guarantee that the longevity jade nectar will be exclusively sold by our River Sun Palace. River Sun Palace Master said after careful consideration. No problem. I will not make it public. Qin Yun said with smile. Longevity, jade nectar's medicinal ingredients are all immortal medicines. Even if you go to Immortal Desolate, they will be very popular. You can sell them privately, but you cannot sell them publicly. You can also not say that they are longevity jade nectar. River Sun Palace Master said again. Qin Yun also took out a 9 condensation Dao formation, spread on the ground, and said, River Sun Palace Master, this is 9 condensation Dao formation. Not only it can condense the power of 9 suns, it can also quickly release the energy inside Regent Origin Stones. He finished speaking and placed a Regent Origin Stone on the formation. After the formation was activated, the energy inside the Regent Origin Stone frantically rushed out. River Sun Palace Master is immediately dumbstruck. He exclaimed in admiration and said, This is much more awesome than our formation. Place it inside the space where you plant medicinal ingredients. It will allow your medicinal sprouts to be reborn. Moreover, you can also arrange for disciples to cultivate inside. Of course, the prerequisite is that there are enough Regent Origin Stones. Qin Yun said with smile. If you are satisfied, let's proceed with the transaction. River Sun Palace Master took out many withered medicinal sprouts and placed them on the formation. After these medicinal sprouts absorbed the rich 9 suns' power, they began to gradually recover their vitality. It can also place immortal origins. There are many rare star and moon runes carved inside the formation. It is very awesome. Qin Yun said again. All right, I am very satisfied. River Sun Palace Master took out a very large crystal box and said, Inside are the seeds of the medicinal ingredients required for longevity jade nectar. There are a total of 5 kinds of medicinal ingredients. Then he took out 6 small cauldrons, a large cauldron, and a booklet, and said, Put these 5 kinds of medicinal ingredients into the cauldrons. The cauldrons will absorb energy and refine the medicinal ingredients into medicinal powder or medicinal liquid. Chapter 1048. Pagoda of 9 condensation. The longevity dew was very precious. Otherwise, the River Sun Palace would not have been so respected by the other 9 suns' sects. In the eyes of the other 9 suns' sects, the River Sun Palace was rather arrogant, but in the 9 suns' sects, it had a very high status. Qin Yun does not need the longevity jade nectar now, but he will definitely need it in the future. The higher one's cultivation is, the more longevity jade nectar they will need. The details are recorded in this book. River Sun Palace Master took out a storage pouch with 500 king quality Regent Origin Stones inside. Qin Yun took the storage bag and nodded. Then he signed a soul contract with River Sun Palace Master. River Sun Palace Master, did you use Crystal Dragon Boat to come here? Qin Yun asked with smile. All of our River Sun Palace disciples are currently on the Crystal Dragon Boat. If it wasn't for Grandmaster Qin and Lady Zhao's warning, we would have suffered great losses. River Sun Palace Master faintly smiled and said, Fortunately, we are going to Ancient Domain soon. Even if River Sun Palace is destroyed, it doesn't matter. Oh, that's right. You have been in Transcending Xianxi region for so many years. How much do you know about it? Qin Yun will also go to Ancient Domain, but he plans to return to Transcending Xianxi region later. I don't know much because Transcending Xianxi region is very big. Moreover, there are many big regions that are extremely dangerous. The location of our 9 Suns sect is very close to the Spirit Desolate Xian region. As for the Transcending Xianxi region, we have never been there. Although some of the older generation went there to investigate, they never returned. River Sun Palace Master's expression revealed fear when he mentioned Transcending Xianxi region. In short, Transcending Xianxi region is very mysterious and dreadful. Qin Yun said with a frown. In other words, the region you are in is relatively safe? River Sun Palace Master nodded and said, There are many places in Transcending Xianxi region that are unfathomably deep and filled with all kinds of dangers. There should be other powerful beings in the depths of Transcending Xianxi region. Many of the legends about Transcending Xianxi region are true. Venerable Master Qin, is there anything in the transcending Xianxi region that you miss? Qin Yin shook his head and said with a smile, I'm just curious. This is also my first time going to transcending Xianxi region. I feel that transcending Xianxi region is very mysterious, and I really want to explore it. The Starry Sky Road should be open for a while after it's finished. We have also discussed that when the time comes, we will open the Starry Sky Road to outsiders. If anyone wants to enter ancient domain through the Starry Sky Road, they must give us Regent Origin Stones. River Sun Palace Master said. That's not a bad idea. We can recoup our investment. Qin Yin opened the door and said, River Sun Palace Master, you should be able to deal with the Ghost Beast Overlord, right? There won't be any problems. Don't worry. River Sun Palace Master walked out of the small hall and said with smile, I will go back now. My crystal dragon boat is not far from 100 Pagoda Sect. If Venerable Master Qin has time, you can come and take a stroll. River Sun Palace Master left the Divine Sword Pagoda after completing the transaction. Shimbajian was also very busy at the moment. Although the Nine Sun Sect could deal with the Ghost Beast Overlord, he could not stay idle and would participate from time to time. Qin Yin is now completely relieved, because ever since Nine Sun Sects left to deal with Ghost Beast Overlord, the evil energy around 100 Pagoda Sect has decreased by a lot. The Ghost Beasts that came out of the Ghost Beast Remote Lake were also suppressed. After Qin Yin returned to Star Picking Pavilion, he directly entered a secret room. He gave his 9 condensation Dao formation to River Sun Palace Master. Now he wants to refine a new one to release the energy inside the Regent Origin Stones. That 9 condensation Dao formation is very old. I have been wanting to change it for a long time. Qin Yin took out many materials and began thinking about how to refine it. This time, I won't refine a formation. I will refine a magic tool. He thought for a bit, took out some paper and began drawing on it. Not long after, he finished drawing a 7-storied pagoda. After Qin Yin decided what he wanted to refine, he began smelting the materials. Then he called out Zi Qingsheng and Shui Tianzi to help him smelt the materials. Qin Yin needs many materials to refine the pagoda, but he only has 2 furnaces. Some materials need to be smelted separately. With Zi Qingsheng and Shui Tianzi's help, Qin Yin can concentrate on forging other materials. After forging one type of material, they will smelt another type. This way the process is very fast. Some materials need to be repeatedly burned and then forged. This process is very complicated. This kind of magic tool requires many materials. What is it used for? Zi Qingsheng asked curiously as she picked up a strange green stone from the furnace and placed it on Qin Yin's forging table. Qin Yin rubbed her somewhat round and absolutely beautiful face and said with smile, This pagoda can replace the 9 condensation Dao formation. I only need to place the Regent Origin Stone inside the pagoda, and it will release the energy of the Regent Origin Stone under my control. There are 7 floors inside. Each floor has a storage space inside. It can store many materials. Shui Tianzi gently smiled. Little brother Yin, whatever you refine, you are very awesome. Sister Yao Fong said that your past life was also like this. While talking and laughing, she arrived beside Qin Yin and gently wiped the sweat on his face. She is very considerate. You must learn many things from Sister Yao Fong. It will be very beneficial for you in the future, Qin Yin said with smile. Sister Yao Fong is also very good to us. Zi Qingcheng nodded with smile. It could be seen that they are getting along very well inside the pagoda. Qin Yin continued forging materials. More than 10 days later, the embryo is finished. Zi Qingsheng and Shui Tianzi also returned to the 9 Sun Divine Soul. Next, Qin Yin began carving runes. This is a very tedious matter. This small pagoda uses many peculiar materials, for example space materials. It is used the most. Moreover, it uses a kind of material that can change size at will because this small pagoda can become very big. Later, I can also enter this pagoda to cultivate or directly cultivate outside the pagoda. It will be very convenient. Qin Yun is also filled with expectation as he began carving runes. He has many star and moon runes. He can confirm that the effect of this pagoda is the same as he imagined. The most difficult to carve is the 9 condensation sun rune. Because this is a very complicated magic tool, Qin Yun cannot directly use Gemini Treasure Mirror to project 9 condensation sun rune. Gemini Treasure Mirror can only be used when crafting talismans or refining small and medium-sized formations. It took more than 10 days to carve runes. After Qin Yun finished, he began testing the effect of the pagoda. He placed all the high-quality Regent Origin stones he has on the first floor. Best quality Regent Origin stones are placed on the second floor. King quality Regent Origin stones are placed on the third floor. Fourth and fifth floor are used to plant medicinal ingredients. Sixth floor is used to plant immortal origins. And seventh floor is a suite. It has a room, a cultivation room, a living room, a bathroom, and so on. He placed the pagoda on the table. Then, with a thought, he entered the cultivation room on the 7th floor. The cultivation room is very spacious. It can accommodate dozens of people without any problem. He can directly absorb energy from Regent Origin stones here. If he wants to absorb high-quality Regent Origin stones from the first floor, he can open the 9 condensation Tao formation. If he needs a lot of energy, he can directly open the first, second, and third floor and absorb high-quality, best quality, and king quality Regent Origin stones. All the strange materials I collected over the years have been used up. Qin Yun lied down on the floor of the cultivation room and said with a smile, "This magic tool can also evolve in the future." When he was refining, he added many dragon bones, so the surface is very firm. Let's call it 9 condensation pagoda. Qin Yun left through the small pagoda and said with very satisfied smile. After leaving the star-picking pavilion, he arrived outside and released the small pagoda. He controlled it to become bigger. After the 9 condensation pagoda became big, it looks like a grayish-black pagoda. Although it is not very beautiful, it is very firm. Qin Yun took out a sound transmission magic tool and sent message to Yi Yaoshue and Hong Mengshu, telling them to come cultivate together. Yi Yaoshue has been waiting for Qin Yun all along, so after receiving his message, she immediately went to meet up with him. Hong Mengshu is also the same. She came together with Yi Yaoshue. They have been inside the star-picking pavilion all along. Now that they came out, they saw the 9 condensation pagoda. "Xiao Yun, did you build this?" Yi Yaoshue asked in amazement. "I did." Qin Yun mischievously laughed, then controlled the 9 condensation pagoda to become small and let it fall on his hand. This kind of magic tool is very useful, especially when going out. Hong Mengshu said in admiration. Qin Yun threw the 9 condensation pagoda, and it became more than 30 meters tall. "Let's go in." Qin Yun pulled them and flew to the 7th floor through the window. "Why do you want to cultivate in here? Can't we cultivate in the star-picking pavilion?" Yi Yaoshue was brought into the cultivation room by Qin Yun. She looked all around and said, "The room you made is a bit simple and crude. It is made with very hard materials. I am too lazy to make it more refined. I will just make do with it." Qin Yun secretly controlled the first floor 9 condensation Tao formation and sent energy into the cultivation room. In a flash, the cultivation room became filled with rich energy. After sensing the energy inside, Hong Mengshu and Yi Yaoshue are very amazed. They immediately realize the use of this pagoda. Qin Yun said with a smile, "There are many Regent Origin stones on the lower floor. This way, I can absorb as much energy as I need." "Truly refreshing," Hong Mengshu said with a smile. "Quickly let Sister Qinsheng and Sister Tianzi come out." Qin Yun also let out Zi Qinsheng and Shui Tianzi. He wants to cultivate together with them. Zi Qinsheng, Shui Tianzi, and Hong Mengshu cultivated together with Yi Yaoshue last time. It caused their martial spirits to mutate. It is very beneficial to them. This time, we should be able to reach peak martial emperor. Hong Mengshu said, "Senior sister Yi and brother Yun, you two absorb a lot of energy every time, but breakthrough is very slow. So long as we cross martial emperor realm and become half immortals, We won't need to rely on Regent Origin stones anymore. Yi Yaoxue also wants to quickly become half-immortal. If she enters Ancient Domain, the stronger she becomes, the better. Qin Yun said, "Let's begin." This time, Yi Yaoxue is still the one leading the energy circulation. Chapter 1049, Evil Storm. Chapter 1049. Evil Storm. Qin Yun has absorbed a lot of energy, but his cultivation has been increasing very slowly. The main reason is because his body is absorbing a lot of energy while cultivating. Moreover, Nether Sun also needs to absorb a lot of energy to break through. Because she has heavenly rune martial spirit, her Tao core is extraordinary, so she needs to absorb a lot of energy to break through. Before Qin Yun entered seclusion, he contacted Granny Star and asked her about the situation outside. Nine Sun Sect's people are actively participating in the fight against Ghost Beast Overlord. 100 Pagoda Sect is now very safe, because Ghost Beast Overlord has not approached for many days. As for the current situation, Qin Yun is also not very clear. After Xiao Yuanmei came out of seclusion in Star Picking Pavilion, she found out that Qin Yun is cultivating and did not disturb him. Instead, she went to buy talisman papers to craft Mysterious Penetration Tao Talisman. Her small mirror has recorded Qin Yun's Mysterious Penetration Divine Ability Martial Spirit, so she can use it. She is not crafting Mysterious Penetration Tao Talisman for herself. Rather, she is crafting it for Qin Yun. At the same time, she wants to satisfy the craving of an inscription master. Xiao Yuanmei is crafting talismans inside Star Traveling Pagoda when she suddenly heard a commotion outside. She hastily stored her tools and ran downstairs. A large group of people has arrived outside Star Traveling Pagoda's entrance. Xiao Yuanmei saw two very familiar figures among them. One is Su Xiaoba and the other is Su Lun. Apart from them, everyone else is very unfamiliar, but they are very strong. Among them is a white-clothed old woman standing beside Su Xiaoba. Her entire body is releasing threatening half-immortal power. Her expression is also somewhat ice-cold. Su Xiaoba crossed his arms over his chest and yelled, "Little girl, call your brother out. My brother is in seclusion. Little shameless puppy, why are you looking for him?" Xiao Yuanmei lightly groaned and said, "Little girl, you dare to curse my grandson?" That old woman flew into a rage and wanted to rush over. Su Lun immediately shouted, "Lu Jiao, don't act recklessly." That old woman is called Lu Jiao. She is very strong. She seems to be a bit stronger than Su Lun. She calls herself Su Xiaoba's grandmother. That means she is Su Lun's wife. Xiao Yuanmei hastily returned to the Star Traveling Pagoda and delicately groaned and said, "He bet with me twice and lost both times. But he did not fulfill the terms of the bet. If he is not a little shameless dog, then what is he?" This is 100 Pagoda Sect. She is not afraid of Lu Jiao acting recklessly. "Xiaoba, is that so?" Lu Jiao looked at Su Xiaoba and asked, "That is true, but she used some tricks to defeat me." Su Xiaoba's expression is filled with unwillingness as he said, "She wants me to call her great aunt. I am not willing." Su Lun said in low voice, "Jiao, don't provoke venerable Master Qin. We were able to enter the ancient domain because of him." Lu Jiao glared at Su Lun and said, "I did not provoke him. I just want him to fight Xiaoba again." Xiaoba lost and is very unconvinced. Don't you want to convince him wholeheartedly? My brother said that he will refine a puppet to fight this little shameless dog. Xiao Yuanmei said, "Little girl, you are not allowed to insult my grandson again." Lu Jiao furiously said, "There are a few half-immortals behind her. They are her helpers." Xiao Yuanmei can also see that Lu Jiao is not from Flame Sun Heavenly Mountain. She is a big boss of a sect in transcending Xianxi region. He lost a few bets with me and did not call me great aunt. He is acting shamelessly. He deserves to be scolded by me. Of course, if he doesn't want to be scolded by me, then give me 10 king-quality Regent Origin stones, and we will write it off. How about it? Xiao Yuanmei thought about it and said, "All right, Lu Jiao is very principled. She took out 10 king-quality region origin stones and threw them toward Xiao Yuanmei. After Xiao Yuanmei received them, she said with smile, Su Xiaoba, my brother is in seclusion. It is not convenient for him to come out. As soon as he comes out, I will immediately notify you. Su Xiaoba is very unreconciled as he said, Little girl, how about this? You fight me in place of your brother? Xiao Yuanmei has been in seclusion for about a month. Because her mirror has obtained Gemini, heavenly rune, her cultivation has increased by leaps and bounds. Now she is also a martial emperor. I don't know how to fight, Xiao Yuanmei said with smile. How about we compete in speed? I am very afraid of death, so I can run very fast. If you lose to me, you just have to call me Grand Aunt, just once. Su Xiaoba thought about it. He feels that he is a peak martial emperor and Xiao Yuanmei is at most an initial stage martial emperor. No matter what, it is impossible for her to be faster than him. All right, if you lose, you will call me grandfather. What do you think? Su Xiaoba also agreed. Many people don't know whether to laugh or cry. This bet between these two is truly child's play. If you act shamelessly, I will call you little shameless dog the next time I see you. Xiao Yuanmei curled her lips and said, All right, Su Xiaoba feels that this is a competition of strength. He will surely win. If he loses, it means that his skill is not up to par. Granny Star is also here. She is somewhat worried that Xiao Yuanmei will lose. Everyone is very clear about Su Xiaoba's strength. Even though he lost to Qin Yun, his strength is still very dreadful. Especially his astonishing destructive power, as well as his body's recovery power. It is still fresh in everyone's memory. Lu Jiao said, How about this? You run east from here. Flame Sun Heavenly Mountain ship will stop there. Whoever reaches the bow of the ship first will be the winner. All right. Xiao Yuanmei walked out of the star, traveling pagoda, and looked towards east. 1, 2, 3. Begin, Lu Jiao loudly said. As soon as she finished speaking, Su Xiaoba disappeared without a trace. Xiao Yuanmei cursed in low voice and immediately chased after him. Su Xiaoba's speed is indeed very fast. Xiao Yuanmei is lagging behind by a lot. Lu Jiao, Su Luan and Granny Star are chasing after him. Haha. This time Xiaoba will win for sure. Lu Jiao very happily said with smile. Her eyes are filled with doting love. Xiao Yuanmei is flying in the sky. Originally, she was lagging behind, but now she suddenly rushed to the front. Every once in a while, she would be able to jump a great distance. What is going on with this little girl? Lu Jiao cannot help but cry out in alarm. Granny Star and Su Luan are also incomparably amazed. That is space power. This little girl has space martial spirit. She just passed through space, but she can't do it continuously. She needs to wait for a period of time. Su Luan yelled from behind in alarm. It must be known that Xiao Yuanmei's mirror has recorded all kinds of rare and strange martial spirits that she can use. Xiao Yuanmei frequently uses space martial spirit, so she is very proficient in it. Not long after, Xiao Yuanmei caught up and overtook Su Xiaoba in a short while. Su Xiaoba loudly cursed. He is already using his fastest speed, but he is still not as fast as Xiao Yuanmei. Xiao Yuanmei said with charming smile, This baby is still too tender. He wants to compete with Big Sister? Dream on. She is now leading by a large margin. Su Xiaoba can only chase after her with great difficulty. Xiao Yuanmei has the memories of her past life. Moreover, she was a crafty old fox in her past life. A reckless person like Su Xiaoba is not her match at all. Flame Sun Heavenly Mountain ship is right ahead. Xiao Yuanmei flew out of 100 Pagoda Sec's exit and landed on the bow of the ship. Su Xiaoba's speed is also very fast. He arrived in a short while, but he lost. I won. Xiao Yuanmei very happily smiled and said, Quickly call me Great Aunt. Just once I will call you Great Aunt. Su Xiaoba curled his lips and yelled, Great Aunt. Xiao Yuanmei very happily giggled. Lu Jiao patted Su Xiaoba's head and comforted him. Xiaoba, this little girl has space martial spirit. She did not use her true speed to defeat you. You don't need to be discouraged. You are still the fastest among martial emperors, Xiao Yuanmei suddenly said with frown. Seniors, can you sense a kind of energy filled with evil energy? Su Luan immediately began to earnestly sense, because Xiao Yuanmei predicted that the heavenly mountain would explode. No. Su Luan promptly shook his head. Xiao Yuanmei closed her eyes and began using time, martial spirit's power, to predict the future. I have a bad premonition. We must quickly enter the barrier. Xiao Yuanmei yelled and hastily entered the barrier. Our ship is here. There shouldn't be any problem, right? Su Xiaoba said. They are still standing on the bow of the ship. Granny Star and Xiao Yuanmei have already entered the barrier of 100 Pagoda Sect. You guys also come in. Xiao Yuanmei yelled. We won't enter. What is there to be afraid of? In the spirit desolate Xian domain, apart from the 9 sun sects, who can be our opponent? Lu Jiao very disdainfully said. Just as she finished speaking, a large amount of black astral wind suddenly rushed over from the distant sky. The ship floating in the air was also shaken by the wind. Su Luan and Lu Jiao's expression greatly changed when they sensed the incomparably evil energy. Everyone enter the cabin and activate the formation. Su Luan yelled. Lu Jiao really did not expect that Xiao Yuanmei would be able to sense this dreadful energy. A white energy barrier appeared outside the ship. 100 Pagoda Sect barrier sensed the formidable energy attack and immediately closed all the entrances and exits. Now the barrier of 100 Pagoda Sect is letting out a burst of whistling sound. This is also a kind of warning sound. What is that? Granny Star saw the black storm and red thunder rushing over and yelled in alarm. Is this world extermination heavenly calamity? It shouldn't be. World extermination heavenly calamity can't be this evil, right? Granny Star, we should quickly return to Star Traveling Pagoda, Xiao Yuanmei said. Boom, boom, boom. Flame Sun Heavenly Mountain ship has been enveloped by the berserk black astral wind. The barrier of the ship has been bombarded by all kinds of red thunder, issuing very dreadful sound. The evil storm suddenly arrived and bombarded the barrier of 100 Pagoda Sect. The higher-ups of 100 Pagoda Sect are also alarmed. Shin Beijian is standing at the top of his pagoda. He took out a sound transmission magic tool and sent sound transmission to all the sect masters of the 9 sun sects. Then he summoned all the half-immortals of the various pagoda sections. These are truly troubled times. Shin Beijian let out a long sigh. Chapter 1050. Evil calamity descends. Xiao Yuanmei and Granny Star are looking at the sky from the top of Star Traveling Pagoda. Now the sky looks like doomsday has arrived. It is enveloped by dense black evil energy, and dreadful red thunder and lightning are dropping down unceasingly. Granny Star, what exactly is going on? Xiao Yuanmei is deeply worried and said in low voice, will this affect the construction of the Starry Sky Road? Granny Star shook her head and said, I also don't know. Wait for the sect masters of the 9 sun sects to come. They are formidable 9 sun sects. They will surely have a way to deal with this. Yu Shutian arrived at the top of Star Traveling Pagoda through Starry Sky teleportation formation. She saw the strange scene in the sky and said with frown, this is caused by world extermination heavenly disaster. It is very normal for this kind of scene to appear before world extermination. Sister Tian, what exactly is going on? Xiao Yuanmei hastily grabbed Yu Shutian's little hand, seeing her arrive. Yu Shutian's expression is grave as she said, I also read about it in ancient books. The reason why this evil calamity appeared is because too many living beings have died in Devil Desolate, Martial Desolate, and Devil Beast Desolate. They have accumulated too much evil energy, causing many dead living beings to come back to life. Spirit Desolate Ordinary Realm is also affected by the world extermination power. In other words, it won't be long before a large number of evil beings come back to life. Xiao Yuanmei cannot help but shiver. She looked at the black, evil mist in the sky and muttered, doesn't that mean that it will be very dangerous outside? Yu Shutian nodded and said, indeed. According to ancient records, this evil calamity is mainly formed in Devil Desolate. Devil Desolate has gathered a large amount of evil energy and resentment, giving birth to a large number of dreadful evil devil beings. Devil Desolate also has many formidable Devil Dao sects. As for the devils of the Devil Dao sects, they did not flee when the power of world extermination arrived. If they come back to life, their power will surely be very dreadful. Granny Star asked, "Doesn't that mean that many devil people and devil monsters will come here?" That should be the case. It won't be long before they arrive. Those devil cultivators and devil monsters have absorbed the evil energy of a large amount of departed spirits. If we are exposed outside for too long without any defensive measures, we will also turn into evil devils. Yu Shatian said, "Nine Sun sects should know about this. The large ship outside 100 Pagoda sect barrier has already left. It is unknown where it is flying to." Many people from the Nine Sun sects were dealing with the ghostly beasts at the Ghost Beast remote lake. Granny Star said, "I will immediately report this matter to Pagoda Master Shun." After Granny Star left, Yu Shutian asked Xiao Yueme, "Yueme, is a Yun still in seclusion?" Xiao Yueme nodded. "And I wonder when he will come out? Are you looking for him?" "Yes. I remember he said that after going to Ancient Domain, he will return to transcending Xianxi region." Yu Shutian said, "Indeed, he wants to find Immortal Gate." Xiao Yueme also knows that Qin Yun wants to go to Immortal Desolate urgently. The Starry Sky Road cannot exist forever. After we go to Ancient Domain, the Starry Sky Road built in Spirit Desolate Xian Domain will most likely be destroyed. If a Yin wants to return, he will need to build a Starry Sky teleportation formation in transcending Xianxi region ahead of time. Yu Shutian said, "Yueme, you can also see the current situation, right? It will not be long before Xian Domain is destroyed." Sister Tian Tian, what are your plans after going to Ancient Domain? Xiao Yueme asked. "I don't know. In short, I will become stronger first. With formidable strength, it will be very easy to do anything." Yu Shutian laughed. "Yueme, what about you?" "I want to follow my brother." Xiao Yueme leaned on the railing at the top of the pagoda and said in soft voice, "I want to travel with him." In her past life, she often followed Qin Yun everywhere to deceive people. Yu Shutian said, "Yueme, how about you advise your brother not to go to transcending Xianxi region? He can also cross 7th half Immortal Tribulation in Ancient Domain. At that time, he can also go to Immortal Desolate." Xiao Yueme said, "Ancient Domain is in the Starry Sky. If he crosses 7th half Immortal Tribulation in Ancient Domain, will he also appear in Immortal Desolate?" "Of course not. There are different space in Starfield. Spirit Desolate has Spirit Desolates, Starfield space, and Immortal Desolate has Immortal Desolates, Starfield space. Although they are connected together, there's a natural barrier that prevents people from crossing." Yu Shutian said. Xiao Yueme also knows about this. She looked at the sky and said, "For example, we can see the moon, but if we want to fly up, we will be blocked. Because the area where the moon is located belongs to Immortal Desolate's Starfield space." Yu Shutian said with smile, "Indeed, if we cross half Immortal Tribulation in Ancient Domain, we will be sucked into Immortal Desolate's Starfield space. The area where the sun is located belongs to Divine Desolate's Starfield space. Only by going to Divine Desolate can we fly to the sun. Sister Tian Tian, we might have to separate in the future. When the time comes, how will I find you in the boundless star sea?" Xiao Yueme is very reluctant to part with Yu Shutian. She gloomily pouted and shook Yu Shutian's hand. Yu Shutian gently smiled, gently caressed Xiao Yueme's cheek, and said with faint sigh, "Yueme, I am also reluctant to part with you. I am reluctant to part with Meng Shu and the others. I am reluctant to part with my good friends. However, I must find the answer. I want to know where I came from, who my parents are, why I am in Spirit Desolate. I believe that we will meet again in the future." Xiao Yueme nodded, then held hands with Yu Shutian and looked outside. Now the barrier is completely open. It is being maintained by many immortal origins. Although it is emitting bursts of sound from time to time, it is very stable. The evil storm has not stopped. Instead, it is becoming stronger and stronger. 100 Pagoda sect's disciples are all panic-stricken because the activity outside is truly too great. Dense, evil aura blotted out the sky and sun. Even though it is broad daylight now, the 8 suns in the sky have been completely blocked out. Dense clouds filled with evil aura collided in the sky and released red lightning, causing the earth to be filled with blood. Roar, roar, roar. Suddenly a burst of roar came from the sky. Quickly look. Xiao Yuanmei pointed at the sky and yelled, "It's lizard, evil dragon." Yu Shetian yelled in alarm. Under the illumination of the red lightning, a large number of several 100-meter long and over 1,000-meter long lizard evil dragon are flapping their wings and crazily attacking the barrier. 100 Pagoda sect's barrier is very strong, but now that it is being attacked by so many formidable giant beasts, it caused people to feel extreme fear. Granny Star has also returned. Quickly enter the pagoda. I am worried that the barrier will be breached. Granny Star yelled. What? 100 Pagoda sect's barrier is very strong. Yu Shetian said in amazement. All pagoda masters are holding a meeting just now. They have already prepared for the worst. All disciples should return to their own pagoda. It will be safer inside the pagoda. Granny Star said, every pagoda's barrier has been tested for a very long time. Even the weakest pagoda can withstand the attacks of 6 tribulation half-immortals. Some of them can even launch a counterattack. Xiao Yuanmei and Yu Shetian hastily left the top of the pagoda and entered the pagoda. From the window, they can see that there are many giant beasts flying in the sky. They're unceasingly attacking the barrier. Some of them are badly battered and bleeding, but they don't seem to have any intention of stopping. Have these things gone mad? Xiao Yuanmei said, if this goes on, it will be even more difficult to build the Starry Sky Road in Xian Domain. Indeed, only by building the Starry Sky Road in Xian Domain can we reach Ancient Domain. Yu Shetian let out a long sigh. Let's see if 9 Sun sects can do anything, Granny Star said. 9 Sun sects people have already returned to their ships. Xiao Yuanmei said, if 100 Pagoda sect barrier is breached, then won't Ghost Beast Overlord be able to come over? Granny Star did not speak. Ghost Beast Overlord is also a great threat. World extermination, heavenly calamity is coming. It is destined to come. Yu Shetian looked outside the window with frown. Now we must build the Starry Sky Road as soon as possible. Pagoda Master Shun said that he will find a way to let other 9 Sun sects enter our 100 Pagoda sect's barrier and then build the Starry Sky Road inside our 100 Pagoda sect. Now let's see how long 100 Pagoda sect's barrier can last. Granny Star said, 100 Pagoda sects, 100 pagodas are located in a large mountainous region. The barrier they created is also very large. Jinn, family, and people from ordinary realm of spirit desolate. Even though they are inside, they don't feel crowded at all. Within Xian Domain, only 100 Pagoda sect has such a large barrier. 9 suns have lost 1 sun. The suppression of evil power is insufficient. Even in immortal desolate, evil spirits and devils will gradually increase. If we don't want to be affected, we can only go to Starry Sky. Yu Shetian said. Qin Yun is now on a small star in the starry sky. He doesn't know the crisis 100 Pagoda sect is facing. 1 month later, Qin Yun and Yi Yaoxue finally broke through. Yi Yaoxue has smoothly become peak martial emperor, and Qin Yun is only mid-stage martial emperor. Finally, Hong Mengshu, Zi Qingsheng, and Shui Tianzi have also become peak martial emperors. The next stage of tribulation is about to begin. Although Yi Yaoxue has broken through, she has not woken up yet. Her red heavenly rune martial spirit has become bigger. Let's go out and let her cultivate in peace. Qin Yun left 9 Condensation Pagoda with his women. Before leaving, Qin Yun looked at the consumed Regent Origin Stones. Thousands of high-quality Regent Origin Stones have been used up. Luckily, he still has 2,000 best-quality Regent Origin Stones and several hundred King-quality Regent Origin Stones. Qin Yun just came out of 9 Condensation Pagoda. He did not see Xiao Yuanmei outside. Instead, he saw Yu Shutian. Seeing Qin Yun come out, Yu Shutian hastily walked over and yelled, Yun, something big has happened. What big matter? Qin Yun is very engrossed in his cultivation, so he doesn't know what is happening outside. Spirit Desolate Xian Domain is filled with formidable evil spirits and devils, and the Ghost Beast Overlord is even more savage. Yu Shutian said, I have only been in seclusion for a month. How did it become like this? I will immediately go to Star Traveling Pagoda to take a look. Qin Yun said. Chapter 10:51. Righteous Energy. Qin Yun hastily walked towards the Starry Sky teleportation formation and left for 100 Pagoda Sect. He followed behind Yu Shutian and arrived at Star Traveling Pagoda. He saw Xiao Yueme and Granny Star anxiously pacing back and forth. Brother, you finally came out of seclusion. The situation outside is very bad. When Xiao Yueme saw Qin Yun, she walked forward and pulled Qin Yun's hand. She said worriedly, the people from the Nine Sun sects are trapped outside. Why don't they hide inside transcending Xianxi region? Qin Yun asked. If they leave, 100 Pagoda Sect's barrier will be breached very quickly. Xiao Yueme said with sigh. They still can't deal with the Ghost Beast Overlord. If 100 Pagoda Sect is exterminated, they won't be able to fulfill their contract. Qin Yun thought for a bit and said, Yueme, here are 9 star spirits. Use them to condense 9 overwhelming righteous martial spirits. Then wait here for my return. He hastily left Star Traveling Pagoda and arrived at the edge of the barrier. Granny Star also followed after him. Shin Beijian learned that Qin Yun came out of seclusion and hastily rushed over. Old Fei Qian, Pagoda Master Murong, and others are trapped outside. They are asking me whether or not there is a way to bring them into 100 Pagoda Sect. Shin Beijian said, 100 Pagoda City and Heaven's Pride City are also very strong. What is the situation now? Qin Yun asked. They have all been exterminated. Many people are fleeing to transcending Xianxi region. Spirit Desolate Xian Domain is doomed to be exterminated. I just did not expect that so many evil spirits would appear before the world extermination heavenly calamity. Shin Beijian said with sigh. Qin Yun flew towards the large ship ahead. It is River Sun Palace Master's ship. It is Crystal Dragon Boat. They are now outside, using the weapons on the large ship to defend against those crazily attacking formidable evil spirits and evil spirits. Heaven and earth are pitch black, covered by dense black evil fog. It is impossible to see the sun. Within the darkness, countless evil spirits and evil spirits are blotting out the sky and covering the earth. They are besieging 100 Pagoda Sect and those large ships. Those large ships belong to 9 Sun sects. They are very formidable. They release protective barrier that can resist the ferocious attacks of evil spirits and evil spirits. After Qin Yun arrived, he can clearly see how dreadful those evil spirits and evil spirits are. Although the people from the 9 Sun sect were very strong, they could not withstand the attacks of countless powerful evil beings. Shun Beijian said, in the first few days, they were still able to kill the evil spirits and devils in the vicinity. But later on, there were too many of them. I don't know how long it will take to kill them, so they all hid inside the ship. Now, they are also trying to think of a way to get in. 100 Pagoda Sect barrier cannot be opened, otherwise the evil spirits and devils outside will rush in. It will be very dangerous. In this way, it would be very difficult for the 9 Suns sects to enter. Qin Yun also received Ying Qingyu's sound transmission. He is currently on Su Luan's ship. Old Fei Qian and City Master Murong are also there. Pagoda Master Qin, do you have any method? Shin Beijian asked. Yes, but I can't do it quickly. Let them hold on for a while longer. Qin Yun looked up at the sky. The gigantic beasts that were hundreds of meters long and over 1,000 meters long were constantly smashing into the barrier. The impact caused rumbling sounds that were incomparably frightening. Every time they saw this scene, 100 Pagoda Sect's people became very worried that the barrier would not be able to hold on. Soon after, Qin Yun discussed with River Sun Palace Master and Golden Sun Sect Master. They said that they can hold on for a few more days. If they can't do anything, they can only arrange for a group of people to hide in transcending Shenxi region. Qin Yun is now waiting for Xiao Yuanmei. As long as she can condense enough overwhelming righteous martial spirits, they will be able to refine magic tools that can expel evil spirits. Pagoda Master Qin. Inside transcending Shenxi region, there are many other powerful sects other than the Nine Sun sects. Although their overall strength is not as good as the Nine Sun sects, they're not too bad. These powerful sects also want to enter ancient domain. Shun Beijian said, "This matter was told to me by the people of the Nine Sun sects. After the Starry Sky Road is finished, we can let them come, but we will need to take back some benefits." Qin Yun said, "I also have the same idea." Shun Beijian looked at the sky and said with sigh, "Our 100 Pagoda sect barrier should be able to hold on for a while. If the Nine Sun sects can come in, with their help, our barrier will be even more stable." After Xiao Yuanmei's cultivation broke through, her mirror has become a lot stronger, and the speed at which she can condense her spirit body has become even faster. "Brother, you should return to Star Traveling Pagoda. I should be almost done," Xiao Yuanmei said. Qin Yun immediately rushed back. After returning to Star Traveling Pagoda, Xiao Yuanmei saw Qin Yun and immediately handed over 9 soul-sealing pearls to him. Qin Yun hastily brought her into a secret room and began refining things. A few days passed by. There are now 9 pearls floating in front of Qin Yun. He hastily refined them using light runes and overwhelming righteous martial spirit. Moreover, he also fused a very small amount of immortal origins inside. Those immortal origins are what Qin Yun asked Shun Beijian for. "You may take one. If you are besieged by evil spirits, take it out and you will be safe." Qin Yun handed over the pearl to Xiao Yuanmei and said again, "You can make the pearl very big." "Thank you, brother." Xiao Yuanmei nodded. Qin Yun took the other 8 pearls and brought Xiao Yuanmei towards the direction where the large ships are gathered. Outside the barrier, those large ships are flying back and forth, using the formidable barrier released by the large ships to ram the evil beasts in the vicinity. After Qin Yun arrived, he took out the 8 pearls, formed a large ring, and erected it beside the barrier. Xiao Yuanmei also took out the pearl Qin Yun gave her. Now, there are 9 pearls. 9 large white pearls are releasing intense white light. They revolved around each other and formed a large white ring gate. Originally, the surroundings were very dark, but after the white light appeared, all the evil energy in the surroundings was blown away. All the evil spirits and devils within the radius of several hundred li don't dare to approach after being illuminated by the white light. Even those evil spirits and devils who are not afraid of death, after approaching, their energy weakened and they fell to the ground. Shun Beijian and many pagoda masters of 100 Pagoda sect are looking at this scene in amazement. Venerable Master Qin's move is truly extraordinary, River Sun Palace Master said with smile. The half-immortals of the 9 Sun sects are also very happy because they will be able to enter 100 Pagoda sect very soon. Pagoda Master Shun opened the barrier. Evil spirits and devils won't dare to approach, Qin Yun said. Soon after, he contacted the big shots of the 9 Sun sects and ordered them to guard the entrance. If any evil spirits or devils approach, they will immediately attack and kill them. Shun Beijian and a few old men used a pearl to open a hole in the barrier. The hole is very big. It is enough for the large ships to enter. When the large ships enter, they also pass through the large ring formed by 9 overwhelming righteous pearls. This way, if evil spirits or devils want to enter, they will be illuminated by intense light. Not long after, all the large ships entered 100 Pagoda sect. Shun Beijian also hastily closed the barrier. Qin Yun shrunk the 9 pearls and handed over one of them to Xiao Yuanmei. Pagoda Master Shun, now you will arrange the construction of the Starry Sky Road, Qin Yun said. After 9 Sun sects people arrived, they hastily greeted Qin Yun and repeatedly praised his skill. After Qin Yun greeted them with smile, He let them and 100 pagoda sect's inscription masters discuss the construction of the Starry Sky Road. After Qin Yin returned to Star Traveling Pagoda, Su Luan also followed him. Apart from Su Luan, there are also Su Xiaoba and Lu Jiao. On the way, Qin Yin learned from Xiao Yuemei that Lu Jiao is Su Luan's wife, but she is not from Flame Sun Heavenly Mountain. Venerable Master Qin, I also saw your skill earlier. If it were not for you, we would not even know how to enter this place. Lu Jiao said. Qin Yin took out 5 pearls and handed them over to Granny Star. He asked her to send them to the sky and drive away the evil spirits and devils that are attacking the barrier. Granny Lu, if you have something to say, just say it, Qin Yin said with a smile. Su Xiaoba very much wants to fight with Qin Yin again, but he did not say anything because he knows that Qin Yin's position is very high now. He can only obediently watch from the side. There are other sects in transcending Xianxi region who want to enter, but under the current situation, it will not be easy for them to enter. I hope Venerable Master Qin can help us. Lu Jiao said, this pearl can be big or small. Place it on a large ship and illuminate the entire ship. That way, the ship will be able to come and go safely. Qin Yin handed over a pearl to Lu Jiao and said again, when you return, we will also welcome you like before. All right. Lu Jiao nodded and very happily grabbed the pearl. After we return, we will surely return this pearl to Venerable Master Qin. Many thanks, Venerable Master Qin, Su Luan said with a smile. You are welcome. Qin Yin nodded and then sent off Su Luan and Lu Jiao. Xiao Yuemei said with a smile that Su Xiaoba is still thinking of fighting you. He just doesn't want to fight him. He is worried to death. Qin Yin shook his head and said with a smile, Yuemei, go find some overwhelming righteous martial spirits. We will need to refine more of those pearls. Brother, those pearls are very useful. Those people from Nine Sun Sect saw them just now. They will surely want one of them. Xiao Yuemei said with charming smile. Is it very difficult for you to refine overwhelming righteous martial spirits? Qin Yin asked. Not at all. It will be very fast. Xiao Yuemei still has some star spirits. She can continue to refine more. Qin Yin also went to refine more pearls. After Xiao Yuemei finishes refining overwhelming righteous martial spirits, she will immediately refine more overwhelming righteous pearls. Nine Sun Sects have been passed down for many years. They have abundant resources in their hands. Only by joining hands will they be able to quickly build a stable Starry Sky Road. Qin Yin is very anxious to go to Ancient Domain, so he can only join hands with them. Now he is very worried that after the Starry Sky Road is finished, 100 Pagoda Sect barrier will not be able to withstand it. So he wants to refine more overwhelming righteous pearls, just in case. More than 10 days passed by. Yi Yaoxue came out of the 9 Condensation Pagoda. She has become peak martial emperor. Now she is even more confident. Chapter 1052. Yaoshue's past Qin Yun stored away the 9 Condensation Pagoda. Now he has refined several tens of evil-repelling pearls using overwhelming righteous martial spirit. He gave one to Yi Yaoxue. Yi Yaoxue left Star-Picking Pavilion and arrived at 100 Pagoda Sect. Seeing the situation outside, she cannot help but jump in fright. Although she heard Xiao Yuemei's description, seeing it with her own eyes, she realized how dreadful it is. The entire 100 Pagoda Sect is surrounded by all kinds of formidable, evil spirits and devils. The most dreadful are those super huge beasts. They're unceasingly colliding with the barrier, causing people to worry that the barrier will be destroyed. Luckily, there are a few evil-repelling pearls flying in the sky. They can reduce the impact of the huge beasts. Those things outside are not ghost beast emperors. Even if we kill them, we won't have any great harvest. Xiao Yuemei is at the top of the pagoda, looking at a huge bat that is falling down. The pitch-black bat looks like a mountain as it directly smashed down. Luckily, there is a barrier blocking it. Otherwise, the bat would have exploded with black evil blood that would have rained down like rain. These things came from Devil Desolate. Lan Chun rubbed his bald head and said with a smile, when my cultivation is almost done, It will be better to go to Starry Sky. There are not that many dreadful, evil spirits and devils there. Qin Yun said with smile. There are many bandits in Starry Sky. I met them before. It is easier to deal with than those evil spirits and devils. Wait until I go to Ancient Domain. If I don't meet my expectations, I will wander around in Starry Sky. Lan Chen said, Old Lan, you have Star Totem. It will be very easy for you to roam around in Starry Sky. Qin Yun said, Maybe. Lan Chen said with smile. I studied in Star Traveling Pagoda for so long. Didn't I do it to roam around in Starry Sky? Qin Yun suddenly took out a sound transmission magic tool and said, Senior Su and the others have returned. Su Luan is already outside the barrier. Qin Yun contacted Shen Beijian and others and then flew towards the direction of Su Luan's large ship. Shen Beijian also knows about this matter, so he brought some people to open the barrier. Just like before, Qin Yun used the pearls to open the barrier, preventing the evil spirits and devils outside from entering. After Su Luan flew the large ship into 100 Pagoda Sect, Shen Beijian immediately closed the barrier. The ship continued to fly towards a relatively spacious area. Shen Beijian went to greet them. As for Qin Yun, he stayed on the top floor of Star Picking Pavilion. He was currently researching the Starry Sky Teleportation Formation. He wanted to make a Starry Sky Teleportation Formation so that he could teleport back from the Ancient Domain. The Nine Sun Sects would need another month to finish building the Starry Sky Path. This is already very fast, only because 100 Pagoda Sect is being attacked by a great number of evil spirits and devils. People feel that it is very slow. Time was also rather tight for Qin Yun, because he wants to make a Starry Sky Teleportation Formation as soon as possible so that he can safely return from Ancient Domain. Therefore, he spent the past few days in the Jiaxing Pavilion reading up on all kinds of knowledge. After studying it for a few days, he started to make a teleportation circle. What he refined was an array disk. He used special materials to refine a large disk. Then he carved all sorts of runes on the large disk and then placed energy inside. Even if I successfully refine it, it can only be used once. Qin Yun borrowed many materials and began refining the large disk. The process of refining the large disk was not too difficult because the materials were relatively easy to process. The most difficult part is carving runes later on. Starry Sky Teleportation Formation requires a great number of star runes and space runes. Qin Yun has all of these runes, but he needs to carve them in many groups. Luckily, he has Star Lord Inscription Spirit. It allows him to control star runes very easily. Star Totem also needs this kind of ancient Starry Sky Teleportation Formation is very difficult to refine. Qin Yun feels that it is very difficult even with Star Lord Inscription Spirit, let alone other people. More than 20 days pass by in the blink of an eye. Qin Yun also received notice that the Starry Sky Road will be finished in a few days. Qin Yun's Starry Sky Teleportation Array is almost complete. He has made a total of 2. One was placed in the Xian Domain, and the other could only be used in the Ancient Domain. Yi Yaoxue found out that Qin Yun came out of the secret room and very happily came to find him. Xiao Yuanmei and Yu Shutian arrived together. Xiao Yun, I found my parents. They are second tribulation half-immortals. They are very strong. Yi Yaoxue very happily said with smile. Qin Yun asked in amazement, How did your parents suddenly appear? Where did they come from? Yu Shutian said with smile. Senior Sister Ye's parents are very good. They even gave us many precious gifts. Xiao Yuanmei also nodded and said, Brother, they also said that they want to see you. Qin Yun looked at Yi Yaoxue and said with smile, Senior Sister, although there are rumors outside saying that you are my little wife, you and I both know that it is all false. Please clearly explain this matter to your parents. Yi Yaoxue giggled and said, Xiao Yun, my parents have always been in transcending Xianxi region. It was my master who brought me to 100 Pagoda Sect. It is mainly because my master feels that I am not suitable to stay in transcending Xianxi region. However, I am certain that my parents and I are related by blood. Medicine King Chu used a secret method to verify this for me. Medicine King Chu came with 9 sun sex people. He did not go through tribulation. Senior sister, wait until I finish my work here. I will go see them, Qin Yun said with smile. Yi Yao Xue and the others also know that Qin Yun is very busy. They found out that Qin Yun came out and immediately came to inform him. All right, then I will return to Star Traveling Pagoda. They are now together with Senior Su, Yi Yao Xue said with smile. She has been separated from her family since she was a child. Now that she has found her parents, she is very happy. Yu Shetian and Hong Mengshu continue to stay in Star Picking Pavilion to read some books. Only Xiao Yuanmei is still in Qin Yun's living room. Yuanmei, what is the matter with Senior Sister's parents? Qin Yun asked. They came back with Lu Jiao and Senior Su. Xiao Yuanmei said with frown. Big Sister Ye's parents are very good people. Qin Yun said. This matter is not that simple. Senior Sister Yi has heavenly rune martial spirit. She was brought to 100 Pagoda sect by her master and has always been a secret. Even Senior Sister Yi herself doesn't know about it. Xiao Yuanmei also feels that there is something fishy hearing Qin Yun's words. She said, there is nothing wrong with Big Sister Ye's parents. The only thing that is strange is that they are a bit too enthusiastic. Hearing your words, I feel that it is very strange. I hope they won't harm Senior Sister. Qin Yun let out a long sigh. Senior Sister is reunited with her parents. She must be very happy, but it is best to secretly warn her to be careful. Yi Yaoshue's heavenly rune martial spirit is not a small matter. It has almost evolved into a spirit. Brother, I will go pay attention and see if I can discover anything, Xiao Yuanmei said with smile. But you must have some sense of propriety, Qin Yun said with smile. After Xiao Yuanmei left, Qin Yun hastily entered the secret room and took out a small pagoda. Yang Chongtian and Zhang Rong are imprisoned inside the small pagoda. Pagoda Master Yang, Elder Zhang, have you been well? Qin Yun sent sound transmission to the two inside the pagoda. Well, my ass. You little bastard, what kind of benefits did you give Su Luan to make him sell us out? Yang Chongtian loudly cursed. Qin Yun, quickly release us. Otherwise, even if we become ghosts, we will not let you off. Zhang Rong furiously yelled. You truly don't know how blessed you are? Qin Yun chuckled and said, do you know that world extermination calamity has already arrived? Qin Yun informed Yang Chongtian and Zhang Rong about the situation outside. After listening, they no longer said anything. Now they know why Su Luan sold them out. It is because of mysterious penetration, Dao Talisman, and Starry Sky Road. Qin Yun, what do you want to do to release us? If you kill us, you will only be venting your anger. You won't get any benefits. Yang Chongtian thought about it and felt that it is better to survive first. He and Zhang Rong are people who are about to cross 7th half immortal tribulation. If they don't try, they won't be reconciled. Don't think I don't know that you sent assassins to kill me. Just based on this, there is nothing to talk about between you and me. Qin Yun said, but you're not dead. If you kill us, you will only obtain our corpses and vent your anger. There will not be any benefits, and we still have many good things in our hands. Zhang Rong said, I will first ask you a question. You are elders of First Pagoda. How much do you know about Yi Yaoshue and her master? Qin Yun asked. Regarding the matter of Yi Yaoshue and her master, no one knows it better than us. We can tell you, but you must first release us. Otherwise, don't even think about knowing. Yang Chongtian said with sneer. I will not release you unless I am stronger than you. Qin Yun said with smile. Ha ha ha. Then don't even think about knowing anything about Yi Yaoshue and her master. Yang Chongtian laughed loudly and said. Qin Yun placed the small pagoda into the 3rd pearl of the 9-sun divine soul and handed it over to Yao Fong. Yao Fong released Yang Chongtian and Zhang Rong, but did not attack them. Instead, she released her formidable immortal king aura to scare them. Yang Chongtian and Zhang Rong immediately recognized that this is the power of a formidable immortal, and they are scared half to death. After scaring them, Yao Fong locked them inside the small pagoda. Qin Yun took out the small pagoda and said, "Two seniors, you can speak now." "You? Who was that person just now?" Yang Chongtian asked in fear. "You don't need to know who he is. You only need to know that he is a formidable immortal. If you don't want to speak, I will let him use some secret technique to dig out your memories bit by bit from your soul. The process will be very painful," Qin Yun said with evil smile. "I will tell you." Yang Chongtian is thoroughly terrified. He and Zhang Rong are very scared by Yao Fong. You're tuning into the Warrior Lore YouTube channel. Don't forget to subscribe and join us on this journey to catch the most captivating stories.